my mic on my stream, turn down the music here for you guys. I'm not changing it for me. Cause listen, we came up with this, like officially finalized it last night at like 11 o'clock. We're like, this is what we're doing. We'll figure out the specifics later. Yeah, it was this or Playing Peak. To be fair, there's a couple of things that we've been talking about in the background to do for extra content stuff for both of us. So maybe there's other things coming in the future. Who knows? I mean, this is weak to me. So the concept of today's stream, we have picked a handful of fan fictions from various fandoms, put them on a wheel, and we will spin that wheel, and whoever recommended the fic will read the summary, and the other person gets to read the fic. Don't read my werewolf mark fic. None of these fics are things that are from people we personally know. These are ones that we just have pulled. We promise. Sure. I did not tell you to open Minecraft. Get out of here. I accidentally clicked on the launcher and it started opening the launcher. I'm like, no, that's not what I wanted. I'm sorry. We literally are, and I apologize. Okay, first we're gonna make sure everybody's got food, you've got water, you're ready to listen to our dulcet tones. Some voices? Yeah. Yeah, and don't worry, I will give you accent guides. Same. It'll be fine. It'll be great. Nobody on my stream can see it, but that's because I don't want you looking at my Chrome tab. Suffer, I guess. Hold on. Let me pull your stream open so I can see what everyone else is looking at. Fucking ads. Listen guys, I'm also poor, which means I am not subbed to any of my friends. So I suffer. Granted, your ad breaks are less time than everyone else's. Okay, I see it. I see you. I have a different screen setup than you do, so it's different. Hold on. I'm gonna try. We'll see if I can make this work. Everybody, please be patient with me. Valid. Okay. Turn you off. This could be. Okay. That's not what I wanted. You said what control am I using? The thing, to make my thing not look like it does. Oh. Haha. Okay. Oh, why are you over here? Let me... Where do you want to be on my screen? I don't know. Hold on, I'll just move... I'll move chat, and you can sit underneath chat. Okay, you are above the overlay. Stop it. That one, thank you. No, I have multiple of these things, I just can't see them when people aren't actively talking. Okay, there we go. Okay. I love this for us. The music that's currently playing mixed with this is so crazy. Hi, Molten. What the hell? What am I listening to? Also, I just want you to know, as you're reading whatever the hell that was, Molten redeemed 2 audio clips in my chat, but the audio clips are a little deranged at the moment, so I had these cursed, garbled audio clips playing as you're reading this. It was wild. It was an experience. Oh, you rolled one? Okay, hold on. Let me adjust my sound levels for everybody in my... Also, people, let me know if the music is too quiet or too loud, and I can adjust that for you. Okay. Oh my god. We're starting with this one? Jeez. Okay, so this one was kind of a funny haha pulled, and Mickey thought it was hilarious. So you get to read the title and summary and stuff. The tags? all media. It's so wild. And Shrek. This is insane. Oh, do I not have... Okay, let me... I'm realizing they're not hearing you, but it's because I'm in the wrong thing. Okay.
What?
Now they can.
What? Have they heard me? Not been hearing me the whole time?
Apparently, I forgot I have to, whenever I swap channels in Discord for video things, I have to adjust the properties in my Streamlabs, and I forgot that's a thing. My bad.
No, they didn't hear bacon man.
Correct.
Bacon
Just my reaction to it.
This is the worst day of my life.
It's okay. Okay, this is the fact that this is a 420 word thing is insane. Oh my god, it's not even, I don't even have to scroll. It's all right there.
Exactly. Do you want to hear the tags again? Or do you want to read them? I'm a little too hurt.
Okay, so the tags are, it's from the fandoms of Shrek the movies, Shrek the musical, the Twilight series, all of its media. The relationship tags, I can speak. It's Edward Cullen and Shrek, Fiona and Shrek, Donkey and Dragon. Obviously those characters are involved in here, and then
Of course.
additional tags are past, ogre and vampire, cheating, Christmas, love, lovers to strangers, and no longer friends.
These ships go so hard.
These ships are insane.
Blue, I hope you're so excited for this.
I'm the one who has to read it.
I know, and I'm so excited.
Does that mean I get to spin the wheel next?
Yeah.
Amazing. Alright. I need to get some water, because this is going to be insane.
Yes. Yes, you need to hydrate. This is going to be the most heart-wrenching thing ever.
Okay. Jesus Christ, I have to do this in full.
I'm so ready. I also have never read this. I saw the tags.
Yeah,
and
so
I went,
some
cool,
of
adding it
these
to the
we've
list.
never read, we just find them interesting. Okay.
Oh, I haven't read any of mine. Well, I've read one.
I've read 2 of mine, and part of another one. Anyway, here we go. Edward stared at the fully decorated Christmas tree from his old chair. He leaned his head back, closing his eyes and releasing a drawn-out sigh. He stood up, walked towards the old wooden shelf covered in books and the occasional picture frame. He grabbed an old brown book that had been through a lot. Walking back to the seat, he slowly opened the book. The old worn pages were filled with photos depicting times of friends and family. He smiled softly, slowly flipping through the quiet Christmas music playing in the background. His smile froze as he came upon a page older than the others. He ran his fingers over the photo before gently removing it from the page and putting the book on the wooden coffee table. The picture depicted 2 green ogres, male and female, the woman smiling and the man grimacing as 3 smaller ogres fought. Peeking from the side was a gray donkey with a sly smile on his face. Behind the donkey was a red dragon's face sticking through the small window of the brown hut. And finally was Edward, in the middle of the photo, holding up 2 fingers with an awkward but happy smile. His fingers tightened on the photos. He flipped the picture, letting out a shaky breath at the various signatures on the back. He remembered that everyone had come over. Donkey, Elizabeth, him. Shrek had cut down a big tree that couldn't fit in the house and ended up going outside. We had all decorated it. He remembered singing Stupid Christmas, leaning on Shrek's shoulder, trying to ignore Fiona's side-eyed glances. They drank and ate food that may or may not have been edible. He remembered everyone being drunk and falling asleep by the tree. Only Edward and Shrek were awake at the time, sitting in companionable silence. He jolted as Shrek's hand moved to his back. "Shrek, you know I can't," he said, reprimanding, moving Shrek's hand back to his lap. I'm not doing a Scottish accent. It's not happening here.
Got it!
That's what Shrek is!
I was too captivated by Edward that I was just like, Edward isn't Scottish, you're fine.
No, Shrek is. Just one last time, Edward, Shrek had asked calmly with a sad look on his face. Edward had sighed before slowly indulging the green ogre in a slow and sweet kiss with a lingering taste of badly processed beer. Edward, for all his strengths, could never resist Shrek when he looked into his eyes. He was weak to argue. When they parted, he pretended not to notice the speeding up of Fiona's heart. He placed the photo onto the coffee table, slowly drifting away from the memories. Notes. Can Twilight vampires feel heartbeats? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark.
That was beautiful.
That was insane.
That was the most beautiful thing I've heard in my life, I think.
I'm also just really good at reading things.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh.
Okay.
That was amazing. My kiss scene's got nothing on it.
Oh, it's another.
You gotta laugh.
It's another one of yours. It's John 15:13.
Oh my god. This one is a bit more serious, and I will legitimately tell you stuff about this one.
Oh, this is from the D&D podcast.
Yeah, this is from the D&D podcast.
Okay.
So this is from one of the newer shows, and it's called Unwitnessed Protection Program. And it's basically if Scooby-Doo was in the Call of Cthulhu format, where
Wild.
they could die. William Wisp, he does have some cool little stuff, but he is from another show. It's called Prime Defenders. He's a superhero, but he gets his powers after death, and he has like Will-O-Wisp powers. But Unwitnessed Protection Program is from before he dies and gets all of those powers. And Unwitnessed Protection Program is like all of the weird kids meeting up and they're solving mysteries together.
Okay. The not as dark as it sounds, I promise tag is hilarious.
About canon level. Indeed. Sorry, Isaac. Lol. But yes, the summary of John 15:13 is: greater love has no one than this, that someone lays down his life for his friends. Nora almost sobbed with an exhausted grin, half crumpled on top of him. We're never gonna die. We're never gonna fucking die, William echoed, squeezing them both even tighter if it were possible. He could feel his heartbeat, still frantic with adrenaline through his thin shirt. Isaac could only laugh, resting his chin on top of Nora's head, eyes fluttering closed as he simply bathed in this moment. Before they had to go home and deal with the aftermath, yet something in Isaac's stomach writhed. Or, the Unwitnessed gang's problems didn't go away after killing the Striga. So, in the first part of this, to give you a little context, is they had a Striga, which what they do to feed on the people that they are going to feed on is throw up warning, sorry. Apologies. They like vomit into their victim's mouth.
Gross.
And that like substance melts the inside of the victim so that they can suck everything out. And so they had
Gross.
to figure out how to kill said thing. And that is what the Striga had. Isaac was a victim of that. And so the writhing in the stomach, that is part of it. But yes, I am very excited for you to read this.
Are there any voice notes I should know of?
William is your stereotypical emo kid.
Great.
Nora, she is on like the nerdier side. I think if I remember right, it's canon that she wrote fan fiction about Sans Undertale.
Amazing.
And Isaac is a jock. So that's
Okay.
a basic.
But all
overview of the
American.
people. All American, baby.
Okay, fantastic. This one is a little bit longer, but it's
Indeed it is.
spaced out, so it's not big chunks like the other one. Everyone strap in, get your snacks. It was over. It was finally over. The Striga was dead. That fucking teddy bear was burnt. They'd saved Janice. They blew up an old church and lived to watch it burn. None of them made it very far before collapsing into each other. The need to hold the other two, too great after too many days of fear and pain. Isaac couldn't tell who was and wasn't shaking. He knew he was, at least. His arms felt too weak to pull his friends close, but they went anyway, just as desperate as he was, all of them cheering almost maniacally. Nora almost sobbed with an exhausted grin half crumpled on top of him. We're never gonna die. We're never gonna fucking die, William echoed, squeezing them both even tighter if it were possible. He could feel his heartbeat, still frantic with adrenaline through his thin shirt. Isaac could only laugh, resting his chin on top of Nora's head, eyes fluttering closed as he simply bathed in the moment, before they had to go home and deal with the aftermath. Yet something in Isaac's stomach writhed. It was a familiar pain, at least, though this time there was no comfort he could seek through a fucked up teddy bear's proximity. It still felt as though he'd been stabbed, persistent and deep. Bile filled his throat despite his frantic attempts to swallow it down, because it was fine. He wasn't going to turn into a bug or goo or a shell. In a panic, he pushed the other two away when he couldn't control his gagging any longer, hunching over the ground behind him just before he started retching. It burned as it made its way back up through his throat, although not as bad as it had been. Between waves of heaving, Isaac felt a hand push his loose hair where it had fallen from his bun, smoothing it back under his headband while another rubbed circles at his back. It kept going, even as his stomach twisted because it should have been empty. He hadn't eaten anything in days except the acid forced down his throat. But still, he could only watch as that orange burning liquid made its way back up, still accompanying a reddish tint, filling his mouth with copper as he almost choked on it. It was dead. It was supposed to be over. Distantly, he could hear the panicked voices of his friends. He couldn't pay it much mind as he heaved, again and again. When it finally stopped, he clamped his mouth shut, squeezing his eyes closed as if it would stop the burning nausea, still churning in his stomach. Arms shaking as they tried to support him. They probably would have given out had a pair of hands not pulled him back into a somewhat seated position, letting him slump against a body. Some kind of soft fabric wiped the vomit dripping from his chin, removing that stinging sensation from his skin. Slowly, he peeled his eyes back open, though it did nothing for the black spots in his sight, nor the tears fogging his vision. Just letting him see the blurry figure in front of him, shades of black bleeding together as they turned his face so they could reach it better, his ears ringing too loud to fully hear. The hands on his face pulled away, though the remaining pair kept rubbing his back in slow circles. A keening sound left him before he could stop it. They returned almost immediately, wiping the tears from his eyes with freezing hands, covered with the feel of cheap rings. William. When his vision cleared enough, he caught another glimpse of his own vomit. Despite the lack of food he consumed recently, it wasn't all acid. Amongst it, small chunks of pinkish flesh that had forced themselves through his throat past his lips. Isaac nearly gagged again before they turned him away from it, arms wrapping around and hugging him, letting him sag his body weight onto them. his face pressed into a worn sweater, making him itchy where the fabric met skin. Nora. They'd gotten that sweater from Will's house when Isaac had made his way back after escaping from trapped under the church. Although Nora wasn't usually allowed to sleep over, it was easier for both of them to have a change of clothes down in the basement. It certainly came in handy. Nora had been different when they had to run. Her eyes had glazed over, staring through them when they'd stopped to catch their breath. Once the house was far, far away, they finally felt safe enough to stop for a moment before making it back to William's house. He'd watched the way all of the terror in her face melted, leaving behind a blankness. I'm assuming this is a flashback sequence.
Yes.
She didn't answer either of their worried questions, just turning slowly, steadily towards a nearby building, until she threw herself at it, bashing her head into the bricks. Crack, 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 again and again. It wasn't fast, but it wasn't careful. The sound of her skull hitting the wall, her glasses snapping, glass cutting into her face, blood streaking down from her forehead, matting into her bangs and into her eyes, blood pouring from her nose, down her chin, and onto the sweater, red stark against the soft green, blood against the bricks, painting them in repeated splatters. Isaac had frozen just for a moment. William hadn't, grabbing and wrenching her back, away from the bloodied wall. His desperate screams were what snapped him out of his shock, pleading, no, begging, as he tried to hold her back. When he pulled her away, her nails just clawed frantically into her own skin, leaving red and angry streaks in their wake. He made himself move, pinning her arms as he worked with William, ignoring the stinging of his own eyes, ignoring William's terrified reassurance, trying and failing to ignore her whimpers and shrieks as she thrashed in their holds. End of flashback. Another wave of nausea hit him. Tears nearly choking him. I can read, guys. As he tried to purge it from his memory. He spat it from his mouth to try anyways into the dirt, then turned his face back into the fabric of Nora's sweater. Her hand came to cradle his head, smoothing back his sweet, sweat-soaked hair.
His sweet, soaked hair.
I'm trying.
You're doing great.
I'm
gonna mess up so bad when I read
It'll
this.
be great. Okay. I don't have my phone, but would someone even be able to get him? If we could call? The hospital was packed. If Isaac is still this bad, what if it didn't go away there either? We need to try. He's burning up. Even if it isn't the bugs still, it's bad. I can walk, Isaac slurred, his stomach still burning, though the feeling of talking through his throat and mouth almost hurt just as bad. Frankly, he hadn't wanted to feel that acid coming back up again either. Still, he forced them out. Just need a sec. Isaac, you need to rest, Nora said firmly, though he could hear the wavering fear in her voice. I can try and flag someone down from the road. Someone's gotta be nearby. No! It ripped its way out of his throat, leaving fire in its wake. Still, he couldn't quite bring himself to care. Not if it meant leaving William or Nora on their own. They couldn't get separated again. Even if the Streaker was dead, Deadwood was not a safe place. Nora held him tighter even as he pushed himself up to sitting. I can't go alone, Isaac managed out, his voice sounding smaller than he intended. Okay. They were exchanging a look over his head where he couldn't see, but he peeled his eyes open anyway to meet Nora's. Just gotta get to the road. Okay. Will was floundering. It would have been comforting how familiar it was if he didn't sound so close to crying. Just need to get to the road, Nora repeated quietly. Isaac watched through bleary eyes how William crouched down in front of Janice. Okay, Janice, I need you to hold on, okay? She just whimpered as he helped lace her arms around his neck, any words eaten by pain from the remains of her legs. But they managed. His stomach lurched as Nora dragged him upward. Isaac tried not to crumple too much on himself, while he could feel her arms shake, planted on his shoulders before she helped him lean against her side. William's voice was shaking as he addressed Nora. "Come on, this way." They started moving, even at a snail's pace. He'd been the one to carry her last time. He wondered if it was as difficult even though he wasn't trying to get away this time. His dead weight might just be enough. "Isaac, please." Hers, Isaac slurred, more of a whimper than he'd ever cared to admit. He was seeing stars. Wasn't that pretty? Bright lights burning at his vision. They didn't look like the sky at all, his scattered mind thought. They hurt a lot more. He squeezed his eyes shut, but they still burned anyways. It was better than the bugs, at least. Maybe he would die anyway. Maybe he did in that chapel, in that basement, in that man's hands. I know, but you gotta keep moving, Isaac. We gotta get you to the hospital. I think you need to get your stomach pumped." She kept repeating his name. He remembered her rambling. Back then, not with frantic fear. How repetition like that helped people stay present. He did try to listen, even if he wasn't any good at it. "We're gonna get you both to the hospital, Isaac. And you're gonna see Louis again. Is it Louis?"
Yes.
Okay,
Yes, it is.
great. I'm assuming things. And you're gonna...
I didn't realize he was in this fic.
And you're going to see Louis again when he gets back, and your parents, and it'll be okay, okay? He never did end up going home that night. His mom would be worried, or maybe she'd given up on him too. They never ended up having that family dinner like she wanted. Instead, he got kidnapped by a horde of bugs, because she would totally believe that, just like always. Flashback starts. His mother's hands were shaking before she tucked them at her sides. "Listen, I'm not, trying, okay? To get in trouble, you know that." "Honey, it's okay," she placated softly. "That hurts. That also stings." She couldn't look at him. Neither of them really could nowadays. A house full of eggshells. Just always come home. "You know I will." He meant it in that moment. He'd always try. "Okay," she said anyways, turned her head to the side as if to hide how her eyes glazed over with fever. She wouldn't go rest. No one else would help. His father asleep by 8, so he wouldn't need to see them. His sister shut up in her room to block out the yelling. "Okay, I believe you." She kissed his forehead, smoothing back his hair. A gentle touch he hadn't realized he'd missed until now. "I love you, Mom," swallowing around the lump in his throat. "I love you too." End of flashback. Would he get a chance to go home anymore? Or would he die here? A few miles from Deadwood, leaving Nora and William alone to tell them. His eyes slipped shut against his will. "I love you guys," he muttered. Isaac tripped, making Nora stumble too, just enough to make her lose her hold on him. His vision went white before he even hit the ground.
My God!
That one's good. It's getting a kudos.
Oh, it's so good.
That's some really good writing.
It is. This fandom has some ridiculous writers, dude. It makes me so jealous.
That's not what I wanted. Oh well.
Yeah, Mon, it does. It really, really does.
Actually,
so much
this
more.
is really fortuitous because I can just remove this because this is the one you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Your turn.
My turn.
Spin that wheel.
Spin. Hopefully we get one of yours.
I'm hoping. Yeah, because under half of these are mine.
I mean, Doodle, you could always go to sleep. it wouldn't be that bad.
It's just my dulcet tones. It's okay. You can fall asleep.
Yes, it's one of yours.
Which one is it?
Helping Hands.
Oh, okay. So we're just reading the first chapter of this one, because if we do both chapters, it's over 5,000 words, and I don't want to do that to Mickey.
Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
So we're just doing the first one.
To work on my own.
Oh no, that's so sad. Okay, so this is from the Bards of New York channel. This is specifically in regards to their second campaign, which is called Regulus Dark Age. Regulus is the world, Dark Age is the campaign. So the characters that you'll see in the relationship connections here is Jean-Baptiste Beaumont and Alice Savaran. You got Katari and Sinov Oleander, Bubbles Bathington / Thegus and Iridia Thane. Bubbles and Thegus are the same person, just so you know. You got any more characters? Maravix. So Jean-Baptiste. Correction. Aelis, Garavalier, and Maravix are all siblings.
Okay.
Sinov and Lenore and/or Valor are sisters.
Okay.
Every other character is part of, one of the tags here is mentioned, the Golden Sentinels. They are part of an organized group that is that. So you have Aelis, JB, that's what we call Jean-Baptiste, it's JB. Sinov, Katari, Salvador, we call him Sal. Thegus / Bubbles, Lenore / Valor. So this is an alternate universe thing. It's roommates / housemates, so alternate universe, modern day type stuff. It says eventual smut. The first chapter we're reading does not have smut in it. We made sure that it follows Twitch guidelines.
This is true. This is true.
I love that it says most of the ands are just slashes. That's funny. You'll see / freeform. Aelis is trying to write something. That's the whole premise of this. Some people need help visualizing things. Helpful Gold Sentinels and minor spoilers for the campaign. So it's called Helping Hands and Mouths. The summary: a modern roommate.
I say we break Twitch guidelines.
Listen, if we wanted to break Twitch guidelines, there's a different one I would do.
This is true. This is true. We did go through some of them.
We did go through some of these. So, the summary, a modern roommate / housemates AU where Aelis is just trying to write a romance book, but can't seem to be able to describe the feelings or understand the mechanics of certain scenes she is writing. Her friends are more than happy to help. Some of them fall in love along the way. Or the author struggled through writing their previous smutfic and then decided to give their problems a fun solution to our writing queen. So I think actually the first 2 chapters are both good, but we're just gonna read the one.
Sounds good. I looked at the names and I panicked.
Yeah, so,
like, oh God.
So the first
I'm
one...
not gonna remember how to say any of those.
Aelis.
Aelis.
So I'm just gonna go across the characters column. You got Aelis. Don't worry about last
Aelis.
names. They don't get used in the
Cool.
fic. Aelis.
Cool.
It says Jean-Baptiste. You can just call him JB.
Perfect.
You have Sinov.
Sinov.
You have Katari.
Katari.
You have Salvador, but we just call him Sal.
Ow.
You've got Bubbles.
Bubbles.
And/or Thegus. You will probably hear it mentioned as both. You have Lenore and/or Valor. Also the same person.
Okay. Okay.
I'm reading along with you, so if you stumble on something, I can
Perfect.
jump in for you. Voice notes. Aelis is a soft British. Jean-Baptiste is French. Sinov is like the sweet Southern belle, Southern American accent.
Okay.
Katari is a very stern American. Sal is a sassy American. Thegus is British. Lenore is generic American.
Why are all of yours so intimidating?
My bad.
Okay. Chapter 1. Alis closes her laptop with a frustrated huff, pushing away from her desk, slumping back in her chair. She hangs, supported by her chair, before getting up with a sigh and going to sulk on the plush couch in the living room. Almost as soon as she folds herself in a corner of the couch, Sinov walks into the lounge with her newly dyed hair, bright blue, and a bowl of popcorn. Evening, sugar. I was just about to watch Legally Blonde. Wanna watch? The Sinov? Then.
Yeah.
Then Sinov asks as she offers some of the popcorn. Sure, it's not like I'm doing anything else right now, Alis agrees, with a little more irritation in her voice than she expected, takes the bowl from Sinov so the other woman can grab the remote from the coffee table. Very, very evil. They are evil. Not in this, just in my personal opinion. The pair watch the TV in relative silence, with the exception of bullying Warner every time he comes on screen. Valid. I do that every time.
I've never actually seen Legally Blonde, so...
Oh my god, we have to watch a Legally Blonde. It's so good.
That can be something we do on Twitch and hope we don't get copyright striked for.
Yay! I bet we can watch the musical.
Probably. We'll figure that out.
Really good. One day we will watch Legally Blonde. I will be giddy on my side of the screen, just enjoying each other's company. Then Alis and Sinov are like this. They are gone to the rest of the world, barely registering when one of their roommates comes down the stairs and starts rummaging around the kitchen. Sinov breaks their silence as the credits slide across the screen in front of them. Stuck on a scene, Liz? The words are quiet, on the off chance anyone would be near enough to overhear her. Sinov had found out about Alis's book a few months prior when she had burst into Alis's room unannounced to complain about something and had found Alis typing furiously with her headphones on. She had promised Alis that she would not tell anyone of her hobby when she saw the alarmed look on Alis's face at her making herself known. Alis puts her hands over her eyes, groaning. Just can't get these scenes right. I've been writing and rewriting this section for 2 weeks, and none of it feels right. But I can't move on from it, because this part will define how the characters interact with each other going forward. So I'm stuck until I get this done.
I feel this in my bones.
No, I know.
As someone who also does writing, this is the bane of a writer's experience. Like, when you're like, this is such a pivotal thing, but I have nothing.
Exactly. And then I never go back, and I just get a collection of fics.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much.
The rant is much more than Sinov expected from her friend, who was usually relatively reserved in expressing about her hobbies. This is Sinov. Okay.
Yes.
I remember who was talking. What if by the end of the week you still don't have anything? I can come into your room and see if a fresh pair of eyes can help, Sinov suggests, covering a yawn with her hand. Thanks, Sin. I would really appreciate that, Alis whispers as she sinks further into the corner of the couch. Sometime later, Thegus?
Yes, Thegus.
Thegus. Yes. Because goes down the stairs to find Alis huddled in the couch, staring at the blank TV. He takes his usual spot on the smaller couch, wordlessly taking the remote from the coffee table to put on a new Penguin documentary that the two had been meaning to watch.
Okay, so
That's
so
adorable.
a little thing about Thegus in game. Thegus is a penguin.
Thegus is
But in modern day AU, obviously human. So the penguin documentary is just a fun tap on the race that the character is in the game. Penguin boy.
like, that is the best thing I've heard ever.
I need to get you into this series.
What is this series again, actually?
So the Bards of New York is the YouTube page.
Bards of New York.
The campaign is Regulus Dark Age. It's very, if you like
Regulus Dark Age.
Dark Age Inquisition, Dragon Age Inquisition, or Game of Thrones, some of the like darker fantasy stuff, that's what this campaign is.
Oh, that's cool. And there's a penguin in the dark fantasy game.
He's the wizard of the
That's
party.
amazing. He's a wizard. He's a wizard penguin.
Yes.
Oh my god. That's amazing. Okay. They keep a steady flow of commentary throughout the documentary, keeping their voices low and noise to a minimum as to not wake their sleeping roommates. The credits roll as Thegus waves goodnight to Alis. He tiptoes up the stairs to his room, while Alis takes the popcorn bowl to the kitchen before making her way to her own room. Alis is awoken, as she is every morning, by Katari putting a cup of coffee on her bedside table while calling her name. She's the stern one, right?
Correct.
Good morning. Alis greets with a smile as the scent of coffee hits her. That is how I would like to be woken up. That would be amazing. Katari nods their greeting in return. Hope you slept well. I had an interesting dream that I think you would like to hear about. Katari starts as she sits at the foot of Alis's bed. You can tell me about it after work. Alis stresses after.
Stresses the after.
Stresses
So like,
after.
yeah,
Oh.
you can tell me about it after work.
Okay. I've never seen that sentence in my life. Stresses the after as she shoves Katari with her foot, earning a huff of amusement at her insistence. They leave the room with a smile clinging to their lips.
Katari
Alis sits in her
is a
bed.
they, she.
They, she.
Hence the use
Nice.
of they here.
That makes sense. Alis sits in her bed, sipping her coffee as she scrolls on her phone. Same twin. She has made a habit of sending at least one message to each of her siblings every day, so she, almost ritualistically, finds her way onto TikTok. She scrolls through her feed until she has ensured all of her streaks will survive another day. She refuses to be the one to let the streak die.
I don't care that much.
Not with TikTok, I don't. Just like, if it dies, it dies.
Mhm.
Let it die. Let it die.
Good shit.
With that part of her morning routine out of the way, Alis gets up to continue it with the standing and moving parts of her morning routine. She makes herself a bowl of yogurt with fresh fruit before going to shower and brush her teeth. The 10-minute train ride to work is pleasantly uneventful in the early hours of the morning. Alis's day is similarly calm, filled with restocking shelves and reading behind the checkout desk, waiting for her shift to end. On any other day, Alis would bask in the tranquil quiet of the library, but Katari's insistence on her telling her about the dream has made her feel antsy for the day to move quicker. One of the One of the first things Alice notices when she opens the front door is the door to JB's room being closed, telling her that he is still asleep. And with that in mind, she creeps into the kitchen to make a light lunch, knowing Sal would make a hearty dinner. Alice
We love
settles.
Sal.
We love Sal. I don't know Sal, but I'm
Sal's
sure I'll love
the
him.
biggest goddamn fucker. But we love him.
Oh yeah.
He's so I have to explain this now because it'll make you appreciate Sal in a way that won't matter for this fic at all. In the game,
Perfect.
all of these guys are the biggest nerds in the world, so they use meme references all the time, but also do song parodies of stuff.
Love that.
So there was one point after Sal flirts with JB's mom that Sal's actor, Woody, starts singing, JB's mom has got it going up. And they do a whole stint, but instead of Stacy, it's JB.
I love that so much.
It's fantastic. And then Woody
That's
ends it with,
amazing.
don't worry, I didn't fuck your mom.
You know, you have to get that out of the way.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
otherwise, I'm gonna be worrying. that
But
you
it's a
fucked my
it's a
mom,
it's a
and that's not good
reoccurring
for
thing.
anybody.
It's a reoccurring thing, and that's why we love Sal.
But what if we liked it?
Listen.
Let me save you. Let me save you. Find you and I'll get you. Don't do it. Thank you. Wow, I wonder why.
Crazy.
Alright. Alice settles on making a salad with bacon and small cubes of cheddar cheese. That is more effort than I put into lunch.
Same.
As she finishes plating the second bowl, 2 bowls of salad, let's go,
For
girlie.
JB.
I guess that's fine.
Listen, JB and A-list are my OTP.
Okay. Oh! Okay. Okay, that makes sense. She hears the shuffling of feet entering the kitchen. Good morning. This is gonna be so bad. JB mumbles, voice rough from sleep. Good afternoon, Alice counters, turning around with his salad in her hands. He takes the bowl with a nod of thanks, a small smile playing on his lips. The two migrate to the couch to enjoy their lunch. Alice takes the remote, putting on some music to play in the background. JB is the first to finish eating, so naturally, he is the first to speak. Why? How's work? He asks, seeming genuinely interested in her response, which has always baffled Alice. It was fine. It's the library. It doesn't really deviate from fine, she states. Except for that time you had to stop. Damn it, it's French. Except for that time that you had to stop the lady from tearing pages out of the books because they were evil. Yes, this is the bane of my
You don't have to do the accent if you don't want to.
perfect. I'm not going to. No more French, I can't do it. It's too hard.
Molten no.
Ayla sighs. Rolling her eyes. Well, today was not one of those days. How was your shift? She inquires. It was not too exciting. It was a lot of small fires and other calls. But the calls were just close enough that we were not able to rest, he explains, getting a nod of sympathy from A-list.
He's a
They sit
firefighter.
together. Is he
Hence-
a hot
hence-
firefighter?
I'll have to. I'll send you the character art later.
Perfect.
I'm gonna do
That
that
makes-
while you're reading. Keep going.
Sounds good. The shift, not able to rest. they sit, talking, until Katari, Thegus, and Sal come home. Sal immediately joins the conversation as Thegus and Katari go upstairs. Thegus to continue working, and Katari go shower. Perfect. Love that for them. Alis excuses herself from the conversation on the couch when she hears the shower turn off. She takes the salad bowls to the kitchen and grabs the pack of extra large marshmallows from the freezer. Freezer? Why would is freezing
there's a
marshmallows
lot
common thing?
It's actually more common than you think it is, and I also thought it was weird when I first read this. But yes,
have to try that
that's a real thing.
Okay, cool. I was gonna be like, is this one of your like inside jokes that I don't know about?
No, that's just that.
No, it's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Learn something every other day. That's crazy. Katari is pulling a shirt over her head when Alis walks in, causing her to startle at the unexpected sound of the door closing. Alis snickers at Katari, stepping around them to get to the bed. She steps on it, walking to the middle before sinking down with her legs crossed and the bag of treats in front of her. You said you had something to tell me? Alis prompts, letting a hint of her eagerness bleed into her words.
Hold on, Doodle.
I'm
gonna tell you right now, I put my bread in the fridge because it keeps it from molding. I'll fight you on that one. Anyway, continue. Because I only read that one thing, so I'm gonna... And I'm sorry. I apologize. That's on me.
It's gracious! This is what happens when we mix chats!
Yes. Yes, it is.
Doodle, don't ruin this for me! Doodle, don't do it! That would make sense, Doodle. That would make sense. Tell me... Eagerness! Katari moves to sit facing Alis, and with a sigh, she takes a marshmallow from the bag and begins to explain. See yourself out. You sit back down.
No, get back here.
You sit the fuck down and you stay.
Crisscross, take your popcorn bucket and your little drink.
Yeah. You're not allowed to leave.
Get back here.
Uh-uh. Permission not granted. Sit the fuck down. Thank you. I appreciate you.
You're very welcome here. We want you to be here.
Yes. Please stay. Anyway. Explains. As I said this morning, I had a very interesting dream last night, and I thought you would like to hear about it. She takes a small bite of the frozen treat and continues. In the dream, we were all at some really fancy ball. It felt as though we were both outside and inside at the same time.
Pause.
But there was also a Let me finish the sentence.
Okay.
Let me finish the sentence.
I'm sorry.
Otherwise, I'm never gonna find my place again. Also, a cathedral near the main area. Continue. Yes.
So, the dream she's talking about here is something that actually happened in the game. So this dream is canon to the actual D&D game.
Oh, interesting.
Continue.
There were trees all around, so it was easy to tell that the seasons were changing by the hour, which felt important to me at the time, but I'm unsure why. She stops to take another bite. That, however, was one of the least strange things of the dream, as we were all there and none of us looked like ourselves. It is only because I knew who we all were that I was able to tell who you were, who was all there. Alis takes her own marshmallow from the pack as she asks Hatari what she means. The weirdest was definitely Thegus. He was a green-eyed penguin in a black cape like clasped with the bow tie. That's freaking adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Strangely, it did not look bad. Alis interrupts with, seems fitting somehow. JB was blue, both his skin and hair. He was wearing a cream-colored dress shirt and pants with black shoulder cape with a diamond-shaped brooch. Lenore was also there, which is odd because I barely see her in comparison to the rest of the group. She had gray skin and these ombre white to black horns and really long purple hair in a braid. She wore a black jumpsuit under a gossamer ball gown. It was really disconcerting to look at for too long. Alis leans forward to rest her elbows on her knees, enraptured by the story. I didn't see much of Sal. He looked similar to how he does in real life, except he had green streaks in his hair, and his ears were slightly more pointed. He was wearing a matching tunic and pants set, and I'm pretty sure he was barefoot. Alis scoffs at Sal being barefoot at the ball. You looked similar to you, like Sal, but your eyes were bright blue. Your hair was stark white, and your ears were even more pointed than Sal's. And from what I saw, we definitely had to get you a massive ball gown. It suits you so well. You had this gorgeous black and blue gown with gold embellishments and trimming with a scaly half corset with golden accents. We also need to get you tiaras if you look anything like you did in my dream. A light blush dusts Alis' cheeks at the compliment her friend showers her with. Sorry, still speaking. Okay, cool.
That's Alis.
Maybe. Is this Alis? It is. Damn it. Maybe we should go to one of those fantasy book balls, Alis suggests sarcastically. If we dress like we did in the dream, then definitely. Katari agrees, sincerely causing Alis to roll her eyes as she urges Katari to continue her story. Sinov still looked like Lenore's sister, with her gray skin and horns and horn. I don't think that was supposed to be
I think
true.
it's a typo.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, wow, horns on horns on horns, all of them. But hers were cloud blue. Her hair was actually the same color as it is now. She had this elegant
Tiara.
nestled
Elegant tiara.
tiara. Okay, cool. I was gonna be like, what was nestled? I don't know.
I know what the descriptions of these outfits are, so.
Perfect. Between her horns, that felt like it belonged there, like she was royal of some kind. Her tiara complemented these tattoos she had so beautifully. They were gold with silver lining that trailed all over her body. Down her arms to the tips of her fingers, across her chest, below her collarbone, highlighting it. They lined her face, accentuating her delicate features. The gold felt like it belonged on her skin, but the silver felt like it was becoming her color. Her dress was a reflection of the moon-bathed lines on her skin. It was water-made fabric that plunged into a low V, showing off her tattoos. It wrapped around her waist and hugged her hips before flowing at the knees. Hot.
Intentionally.
Hell yeah. Before continuing, she wore a flowing shoulder cape that was attached to her hand. Attached to her hand?
You know the ones that have the little, like, ring piece that sits on your hand?
Oh! Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The cape matched the flow of the train that she had. She was truly a magnificent sight in that dress with her confidence. I mean, Sinov's confidence is always beautiful, but this was a step above. It was also gracefully the most gracefully I have ever seen her move.
Miss Harder color is clown blue. That's so funny. Cloud blue with a D.
Sorry.
Also, Katari's outfit here.
Mm-hmm.
She's a practical person, and her outfit, yeah, matches.
Alrighty. Katari fishes another marshmallow from the bag, trying to catch up to Alis, who is almost finished her second. Alis gives her a second to take a bite of the frozen treat before asking about her outfit. I wore red leather, like a top with a plunging neckline, and there was a red and gold satin
Tabard.
Tabard? What's a tabard?
You don't know what a tabard is?
Nope.
I'll explain it later. We don't have time.
Cool. Perfect. That wrapped around my waist with 3/4 length pants underneath for functionality. I was also wearing black satin gloves. Katari finishes their descriptions. Alis pushes forward to sit on her knees, mischief sparking in her eyes. Where is the in-depth description of your outfit? She teases. Hands flying up at the glare Katari shoots her. Fine, I won't push, but I highly doubt you wanted to tell me that Sin and I looked good in tiaras, Alis prompts. Completely invested in the story her friend is spinning before her eyes. The dance floor was circling a dais? What's a dais?
It's a raised platform.
Oh. With what seemed to be priests guarding a spear. Hey, yo, that's cool.
It's a whole ass
Katari
thing.
begins. Thegus came up to speak to me, and I know I could hear it in the dream, but I couldn't remember the words when I woke up. Whatever he said, it was clearly meant to provoke me as he tried to quickly vanish into the crowd, but was intercepted by a distressed-looking gnome who started dancing with him. Alis hums in agreement around the mouthful of marshmallow. It feels right for Katari and Thegus' relationship to have him aggravate them and then run.
So what Katari here doesn't remember Thegus saying is, at this point in time in the campaign, the blossoming relationship between Sinova and Katari is one that hasn't been actually spoken out loud. This was such a tense situation for Katari, because Katari, at the beginning of the campaign, vowed that she would be the person to kill Sinov. They started as enemies. This is a true enemies to lovers relationship. So Thegus, picking up on a little bit of that, egged her on to go dance with Sinov.
Interesting. Okay.
So that's what she's not remembering here.
Interesting.
Also, the very aggressive blonde man is a vampire named Jessix, who is hot, objectively. However, big problem. Problematic person.
Oh, okay.
Which is all you need to know for this.
Good to know. Okay. Lenore was dancing with some blonde man very aggressively. Oh wait, I think I've seen the TikTok clip of this scene.
Very well might have.
What's this one?
Where she has obsidian braided through her braid and she like snaps it across his back. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
That is this scene.
Hot. Love that. However, she did seem to be smiling as they whipped around the floor. And when I say aggressively, I mean I am pretty sure I saw blood.
Correct.
So taking another bite. I wish I remembered my dreams this vividly.
For real.
I walked halfway around the dance floor to stand behind Sinov. We had a brief conversation that I can't remember, and then we took to the floor. A smile tugs at Alis's lips. As we danced, we spoke. Whatever we spoke about controlled how we danced.
Oh, I
She set the
remember.
pace, and I led us. She moved with me so easily. At some points, we moved to dance with our foreheads together. Her eyes were so pretty.
I'll send you that TikTok later.
Alis raises an eyebrow, this earning a confused look from Katari. Oh, I almost forgot that while Sinov and I were dancing, I saw you and JB sneaking off into the cathedral, and I woke up before we finished dancing and before you two had returned.
It's not anything fancy. They go sneaking to find secrets, end up getting caught, and they do some bad shit before shit gets worse.
Great.
Everyone in that pavilion dies.
Ah, damn. Alis can feel heat burn the tips of her ears and the apples of her cheeks, the implication of what she and JB had done. Okay, I can see why you thought I would want to hear about this, but was there anything you needed from me, or did you just want to entertain me? Alis asks, trying to prepare herself to give advice just in case. Katari takes a breath before she answers. So little and so much happened in the dream, and I feel like I'm missing too much information because I can't remember what anyone said, including myself. And I don't know what any of it means, Katari explains, Alis shooting them an incredulous look. You don't know what any of it means? Alis repeats, a question in her voice. Katari opens her mouth to respond, but is interrupted by Sinov bursting through the door to announce that dinner is ready. It smells so good, Sinov sighs, as she leads the other women down the stairs, announcing their arrival to the other roommates on the last step. After the dinner, Sinov made Sal. Characters.
You're almost there.
Excuses her room. She gathers her pajamas in her arms and makes her way to the bathroom. She exits the bathroom with her hair in a towel and her phone in her hand, almost running into JB. Oh my god. As he makes his way toward the bathroom, he apologizes quickly as they step past each other. Alis watches an episode of a period drama, hell yeah, girly, at her desk to calm, oh my god, her brain so she can try fix and finish the scene she's working on. 20 minutes of typing and deleting later, she finds herself with even more vague description of her love interest's physique than before, unable to picture what she wants clearly enough to use correct descriptors. That is where we Google.
Hold on, it gets better.
Unwilling to look up male physique in fear of seeing more than she planned. Alis finds herself scrolling on Instagram to find inspiration, which is objectively worse.
It's worse, but valid.
A few pages that just don't fit the idea in her mind before going into JB's page on a whim. I bet. JB's posts are as unhelpful as every other page has been. His stories, however, are the light at the end of a writer's block's tunnel. He has a highlight reel of him at the gym Katari works at, where he is either actively working out or flexing. Alis starts to work feeling heat crawl up her neck and burn her ears using JB as inspiration for the love interest. Alis closes her laptop with the description. When the description is finished, content, Alis climbs into bed, still feeling the tail end of embarrassment at what she's done, but resolving to try and sleep it off. You know what? I can't blame her. I would do The exact same thing.
I probably have done something similar.
No, for real. Hydrate or die straight. You're right. You're right.
I'll do it too.
Perfect. Perfect.
Does it mean it's my turn to spin?
I think so.
The fact that that's only number 3.
No, I know. It's okay. Mine are shorter than yours.
Okay. This is one of mine, but I think this is one of mine, but I think I will read it so that you don't have to after reading that long one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Which one is it?
Mendax's Good Deed. It is shorter. It's only roughly 1,000 words. I just hydrated Fang.
Ah, we have to hydrate again. Ah, perfect.
So this is also Bards of New York. However, this is the Gilded Thrones campaign, which is the one that is currently happening. It features Mendax Vale and an original female character. Canonically in game, Mendax loves love. He's the biggest shipper in the game.
Me.
Oh god, all of my audio things are so cursed. Okay, so it's Mendax's Good Deed. The summary is just Mendax attends a wedding. No, not that one. Which is referring to a wedding that is supposed to happen at the end of the series that we are actively trying to not happen.
Aha.
But I can explain that later.
We are reading fan fiction from
Multiple
Bards of
fandoms.
New York. Mm-hmm.
This one is Bards of New
And
York.
we're working on this one.
Hey, Slick! My goodness. Mendax did not think he'd been addressed in such a familiar fashion by anyone he was not related to in, well, ever. He turned in order to see from whence this verbal assault had come, to witness a woman waving at him frantically from the door of a smithy, her other hand holding a nurse's cap down on her blonde hair. Oh, good! The blonde woman, realizing he had heard her, rushed forward and grabbed his arm. I need your help. She began to drag him in. Well, I'm hardly one to refuse a lady in distress. Mendax was brought up short by what he found inside the blacksmith's forge. The smith was working away, hammering a nail into a circle at his anvil. Another young woman stood in the forge with the same nurse's cap and apron as his kidnapper. She was fussing with it, using magic to pull blood and muck out of the fabric. She had clearly just come off of shift. Black hair hung in a limp tail of curls down her back. Something about the whole scene ticked his memory, but he couldn't place it yet. She looked up, a lover's soft smile immediately touching her features. You found someone. Well done, love. She turned to Mendax. We really do appreciate it. Appreciate what? As far as I can tell, I've been absconded into a smithy? Mendax wasn't actually angry, more amused by the farce of the whole thing. The dark-haired woman huffed. Lorna? The dark-haired speaker pulled her partner over and began dusting, straightening the woman's uniform. Being a witness for our wedding. She clearly couldn't help a little wiggle of joy. We decided to get married, but we both have clinic duty, so this is easier. Lorna flashed a smile at him as well, clearly too joyful to be ashamed at her actions. There it was. To get married upon the anvil was an old tradition, still legal across Arcadia, but so scandalous for members of the gentry it had fallen out of favor with the peasant classes. With the recent etherphage outbreak, the etherphage is a magical illness. If you get the etherphage, all of your magic, gone, kaput.
Oh.
It's a plague.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. With the recent etherphage outbreak, however, he doubted the two nurses had more than an hour or two to themselves at a time. Never mind the elaborate celebrations of a union. That these two women had chosen such an ancient, rough-spun method to solemnize their union spoke to Mendax, urging him to participate in their joy. I'm Arana. My friends call me Spider. This is Lorna. The dark-haired woman had continued talking. Jay here, she nodded at the smith, is kindly making our rings. There was a soft lilt in her voice he couldn't place. We're nurses, Lorna explained, as if he couldn't tell from the red and blue uniforms. We're good friends to have, Arana insisted. Being nurses, we'd owe you a favor. We could even witness your wedding someday. The smile she offered Lorna blazed. Rings are finished, Jay offered, the simple metal circles out. Mendax used a shadow to reach out to snatch them and the rest of the wedding party startled. Mendax veil. If I'm to do this, I intend to do it properly. He examined the rings. They were, as expected, simple nails that had been hammered into rings with the head of the nails as the centerpieces. A brush of shadow magic etched the date on the inside of the bands. That seems in order. He handed them back to the two women, one to each. They accepted the rings, a little wide-eyed. They both ducked their heads, wrapping the rings in their own magic. The one in Lorna's hand began to glow softly. The little iron shavings fell through Arana's fingers as she etched a design into the one she was holding. Lorna started first. I love you, you know. I began to suspect when I saw you across the ward, wrestling that man back into his bed. She caught Arana's hand, smiling at the memory. But I know I love you now. Every morning when I wake up, you are the first one I reach for. She slipped the glowing iron on Arana's hand. I looked in the heart of creation, and I saw your face, and knew you were the only other half of me. I promise I will love you with every breath, every moment, every day, from now until forever. Mendax would not, he told himself, tear up. He turned his head, whispered to one of his shadows, Go find them something nice. The manifestation disappeared to do his bidding. Arana was next. When I was little, I dreamed of a love like this. To be chosen first. To have someone to share my days and thoughts with. You are the culmination of a hope. The promise of a guiding star. She slipped the etched iron on Lorna's hand. I promise to hold you in my heart, and to love you every day. To keep you warm until the sun drowns in the sea. The odd salt-tinged oath, combined with her accent, made Mendax wonder if Arana's families were refugees of the Protectorate. Promises made and witnessed, the Lord joined the blacksmith in signing the marriage certificate, attesting what he had seen. He slipped the smith a few gold coins. Now, ladies, this happy occasion calls for a small celebration. Lunch? In sync, the two wives looked at the little nurses' watches they had pinned to their uniforms. I have an hour till I'm on shift. Maybe a little more? Lorna offered. Hour and a half, Spider gave precisely. Mendax's shadow rematerialized behind him, carrying a bottle of sparkling wine and a few small nibbles. An hour and a half sounds perfect for a small repast. Shall we?
My God! Oh, man.
Mendax is a sweetheart, if not the most complicated man in the Gilded Thrones universe.
Oh my God, I love him.
He's great.
Oh, I love him.
Short, simple, sweet one.
That was beautiful. Alrighty. Next up. We already... Ooh. Did we do Shivering Gold?
No, we have not. Okay.
Are we winning? Sure.
We're definitely winning, Junkies. Also, Junkies, hi, we're reading fanfiction. Have fun with that. This is the one I had to read beforehand to make sure it didn't get explicit.
Okay.
We're just doing the first chapter because that's all I proofread.
Okay.
So this is Katari Antonov. In the terms of D&D, normal D&D, you would label these two individuals as tieflings. However, their actual race is more akin to, for those who know Dragon Age, Iskari.
So let's do it all. That's a different stream.
That's a different stream.
This is a test run.
This is a test run to see if people would want that.
Good to know that they do.
Listen, I'm willing to read that kind of stuff.
I'm so willing. You have
Listen,
no idea.
listen. We had to not include some of the ones we had. Magical clothing. What? Don't worry about it. Okay. Katari is kind of non-binary, so as normal Katari, I want you to go check your Discord real quick. I sent you their character art. So the red card of Katari is what she looks like at the start of the campaign. The black card of Katari is what she looks like later in the campaign.
Oh my god. Okay, I've got it. Which is the other? Okay. Let me switch my
Yeah.
There's so you guys have to see this.
Oh, are you showing the art?
They have to see. It's too beautiful to keep to myself.
Yes, my stream is gonna see. Yeah. So this is Alis.
Hot.
That is what Alis looks like at the beginning of the campaign. Later in the campaign, if you go to the next one, that's what Alis looks like. There is another one that Alis looks like even later because body horror transformation shit.
Yeah.
So,
oh my god.
So
hi, Sal.
That's Sal.
Hey, yo.
Sal is a rogue, I believe. Alis is a monk. Alis used to be a level 20 sorcerer and or wizard, but at the beginning of the campaign, Alis is a monk. There's a whole backstory there. Sinov.
Gorgeous. Oh my god. Hey, yo, she is snatched. Holy
She is also cult.
yeah.
This is the cult girl.
Hell yeah. Oh my god.
That's Thegus. Otherwise, beginning of the campaign, you know him as Bubbles.
His name is Bob.
But his real name is Thegus Sot. This is a British accented chronomancy penguin.
Oh my god, Jaguar Jor wishes. You don't know that character, but there's a fic of that character in here.
Love that.
I hope I get to explain Jaguar Joe to you. Oh.
The test
that's
complete
beautiful.
initiate phase 1 is so good. So I want you to skip this one.
Okay,
So
sorry.
this is
Yo.
post death and rebirth Katari. The version of Katari we will have in our mind's eye for the fic we're reading is the next Katari.
It is a good day.
That is a dommy mommy. There is one more that I forgot to send, so it's after this cluster, which is JB.
Oh yes, we have to do the Jaguar Joe accent, of course. Obviously. Oh, that is. They're so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And they're based off of tarot cards, hence poses and
I know,
such.
it's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes. So just chapter 1 on this one. So the summary is a series of things that might have happened off screen.
I forgot JB is hot.
JB is a sweetheart. JB.
Is he free later?
So JB also, his mom calls him Little Cloud. He is this fantasy version of a rainbow baby. For those who don't know what a rainbow baby is, he was a miracle. His parents had been trying to conceive for forever, and using somewhat magical means, they finally conceived, and JB was known as Little Cloud. He also has another name that's kind of an insult, but I don't remember what it is, which is fine. But
Why would they insult my little guy?
Because he's quote-unquote cursed. But that's a whole different conversation. But, so this is a series of things that might have happened off screen or might not. Spoilers for the game, alternate ending in which Sinov and Katari didn't just dance, well, at least they tried, inspired by Alis not being able to take off the fake Zillyrian choker because it was part of the red disguised magical device. And their fake magical disguises being unusually corporeal in this fake magical place. You do the math. So the dream Katari was describing in the fic you were reading, this is those events if things had gotten spicier and they tried to do stuff and found out they couldn't. So this one is spicy.
As spicy as we can get in this phase 1
in
of
phase 1. I included some spice. Chat, don't be mad at me.
The next time we do this, now we know.
Now we know.
We can add some I am to our listing. Kind of cool. Okay.
So you're just Southern Belle accent and aggressive American.
Perfect. I could be aggressive and Southern as long as it's not French.
You're good.
Okay. Katari became fearful. Sinov's heart races as she's turned and pressed against the cool stone of the wall in a dimly lit corner of this beautiful, fake place. Her name is Katari. Her name is on Katari's lips, spoken low, quiet. Quieter than maybe she's ever heard Katari speak. The sound of it sends a thrill through her, and then she presses her hands over Katari's against the liquid, silky fabric of her dress. Now I get why the dress is on purpose. Okay, that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
It's connected.
There you go.
Warm lips against her skin. Kisses from her jaw down her neck, making her feel dizzy as those strong hands pull at the fabric again. Don't rip my dress, she says, half out of breath. Your dress isn't real, Sinov. Katari's cold, flat tone of voice, frustrating as ever. It feels pretty real to me, Sinov snaps back, louder than she meant to. Katari presses a finger to her lip. Hot. She feels her cheeks flush red again in a mix of anger and something else. Do you want someone to find us? Katari's brow is furrowed. Their own cheeks are tinged of violet that also traces down her neck, her chest. Sinov absently traces a finger down her sternum, feeling warm marble skin, smooth skin, and hard muscle there. Brad, which voice is this?
Sinov.
Okay, cool.
If it's she,
they're
if it's
mixing
so, if it's she, it's Sinov. If it's they, it's Katari.
Cool. Wonderful. Oh, okay. No, she breathes. She wants anything but for this moment to be over. A flicker of a smile crosses Katari's lips. Then shut up. The sound of the gala somewhere over there, who even knows anymore, faded away as they kiss. As Katari's hands press firmly into her hip, her breast, The smoke and skin and sandalwood smell of her fills Sinov's senses. The hint of whiskey on her tongue. The hard softness of her skin where Sinov's fingers press back at her, tracing her exposed sides. Feeling the muscle there twitch in response to her touch. Katari's hips press into hers. She's pinned against this pillar, or whatever it is. It might be a pillar. She's not sure. And Katari is more gentle than she imagined she would be. Not that she imagined. Not that she didn't. Katari, she whispers against their lips. Sinov. Katari breathes back. They press their forehead against Sinov's, red eyes searching again for some answer Sinov's not sure she can give. Instead, she looks back. Breaths come heavily between them in this eternal moment, in this fake place. For once, it feels like they're communicating. Fucking looking at each other. Katari's eyes ask a silent question. Sinov's eyes give a silent answer. That's all it takes for both of them to start moving toward each other again. Lips on skin and hands in hair and clothes, and removing said clothes is all Sinov can think about now, in this real moment. She pulls at Katari's shoulder piece, grazes their neck with her teeth, and delight into the shudder she gives in response. Where's the opening? Katari whispers with an edge of frustration. Hey, yo. Fingers trace the fabric at Sinov's edges, teasing up goosebumps as they go, feeling for seams or buttons or zips that aren't there. I guess I didn't think about openings, Sinov says, and they can't help but laugh into the crook of Katari's shoulder. Katari's grip tightens around the bundle of silky silver. Well, don't rip it! I can't. Well, don't try to rip it either. Sinov takes the tiniest of steps back, but Katari follows in sync with her movements, unwilling to relent the closeness they've only just discovered. Katari's words come through gritted teeth, and her hands are less gentle as she pulls the fabric again. Sin draws in a breath, ready to hear the rip. There's no rip. I can't. It won't come off. Sinov furrows her brow and tugs again at the leather covering Katari's chest. But nothing happens. What? Her fingers delicately trace Katari's skin sliding down from her shoulder, the side of her breast, her rib cage, and finally moving to tuck beneath the red leather. But beneath, they won't go, instead passing over. Like the leather's not even there. She feels it, but it's not there. Katari is watching as she tries again, but all she feels is hard leather under her fingers. Turn the thing off, Katari almost growls, reaching for a pendant Sinov can't see but knows is there. But Sinov grabs their wrist and stops them. We can't turn it off, she whispers. We're still at the gala. If we turned it off, we can't turn it back on. Katari's eyes and brands flare a brighter red. Just for a moment. Sinov, she says, and there's almost a pleading voice for the Dami mommy and almost pleading voice. Let's go.
Just so you know, brands, those are the tattoos you see in the character art. They're brands. Yeah, they're brands that like eventually manifest on a person.
That makes sense. Okay. Sin looks down at her own fake but all too real outfit, feeling frustration bubble up in her like a wave about to break. She motions to her skirt. Can you... under? Katari bites her lip as her eyes trace Sano's figure down her hips to the impossibly tight skirt. Not without ripping it, which I can't fucking do. Fuck, Sano says, too loud. But she can feel Katari's glare without even bothering to look up. She sighs and pulls herself, reluctantly, out of Katari's grasp. Katari's hand catches hers and holds on, stopping her. Don't come far from me, they say, again through gritted teeth. Sano's heart kind of does that little thing again. Her words turned back on her in the most delicious way. Katari's expression is stone. As always, almost unreadable. But there's something pleading in her eyes. I won't, Sin says, gentleness back in her voice as the heat within her slowly, too slowly, fizzles off into pleasant warmth. She places a hand against Katari's cheek, steps up on her toes to press their foreheads together again. Takes a deep breath and releases slowly. Feels Katari's shuddering breath on her face as they do the same. She starts to say, we should get back to the party. At the same time, Katari says, I am in agony. And she can't help the little scoff that leaves her. Me too, sugar. But there's not much we can do about it right now. Another slow breath in, out. Katari straightens her shoulders and takes Sinov by the hand again, leading her slowly through halls and corridors. Sinov didn't realize they'd come through to get here. Whatever this was, anyway. Maybe next time you'll dress in a more practical manner, Katari says. The coldness has returned to her voice, but Sinov only smiles. I didn't realize that was what you meant by practical, she says with a laugh. Katari's face doesn't change at all. It never does. Almost never. It is now. Oh my god!
So,
that was so good.
So previously, when the descriptions of the outfits were first done, there's a moment where Sinov and Katari are sitting on a bench, and it's a TikTok that I can send you later, where Katari admonishes Sinov for wearing something that is so impractical because Katari is very... That was a bad chapter 2. I have not proofread chapter 2.
You know what? We could try. This one's fun to read.
Hold on, let me...
Yeah, you look at it. There's 3.
Wait, is this... Oh, it's the Cavern of Despair. I know where this is. Hold on. Okay, this one's short. I can read chapter 2. Would chat
I will look at chapter 3.
would chat like chapter 2?
Chad, would you like chapter 2? Are we kind of hooked on this one?
Do we want chapter 2?
Because this one was hot. I like it.
So all of the ones I've pulled, there are
definitely...
Yeah, definitely not this.
Definitely not this.
All of the ones I've pulled are actually...
Is it allowed? What happens in chapter 2?
Sure.
Is it...
What did we talk? What do you mean allowed?
I mean, how explicit does chapter 2 get?
I'm scandalized already, but sure. Take it up to page 13.
I'm listening in the background, so yes.
It did mention certain dream imagining, so let me just...
I did. I guess it kind of depends. Is that chapter 2 or is that chapter 3? Let me...
So this is very... It doesn't... It looks like it's fine.
So maybe chapter 3 is where it gets interesting then?
I'm gonna read chapter 2. So this is called The Cavern of Despair. There's italicized lines, which is...
Thoughts?
either thoughts or previous experience, but I think it's thoughts.
This is true. We did do dispatch. So, like...
Honestly, that's so fair. We're doing this. Chapter 2. Cavern of Despair. I'm the only one that hears what I think at night. Katari's own words echo back to her, as if echoing off the walls of this strange, crystalline cavern, but she knows she's the only one who can hear them. Sharp angles press into her where the Legion's standard-issue bedroll isn't big enough for her. For context, Katari is like 6'4".
What?
Big muscle mommy. Her shoulders, her face, her horns pressed unpleasantly into the cave floor, creating pressure in her head that, if nothing else, distracts from the pressure inside her head as she tries to ignore these trivial physical discomforts long enough to fall asleep. But when she closes her eyes, all she sees the thing Alis became, and she opens them again. Body horror thing, the thing Alis becomes. Anyway. She learned to sleep with her eyes open, and supposes there's no better time to try. Fake firelight flickers and pulses from the center of the cave, crystals reflecting off one another, passing light around like ants pass pieces of leaves or the carcasses of other insects. Katari finds some amount of peace, imagining the ants building their homes in soil, tunnels all over the Prime, beneath your feet no matter where you may step. Ants are everywhere, making something of the dust they find themselves in. The world is referred to outside, so it's Regulus, but the main, material plane is called the Prime.
Oh, okay.
Terminology lessons, so that people aren't super confused. When their eyes flicker closed again, they see gold and silver stretching across plains of gray skin. Shimmering blue fabric pooling like liquid in her hands. Her breath hitches, and her hands close into fists, imagining the softness of that fabric, the warmth of the flesh beneath it. Flesh she can't touch, but wants to. The blue fabric turns to ice. Their stomach churns. They open their eyes. Dark crystals gleam back at them. Voices drift over to her from around the softly glowing cluster behind her. Blessedly quieter than before, but no less frustrating. Every word I say comes out wrong, she thinks bitterly. Every intention twisted and misconstrued. And all I want is... Her throat aches. Each of the people she cares for is in this cavern, and each of them makes her angrier than she's ever been. And each of them makes her sick with worry that tomorrow there will be another gone. She feels Alis's absence like a missing limb, throbbing with a phantom pain no salve can ease. They close their eyes and they see dim light pulsing through solid ice. I almost lost you. I can't lose anyone else. I can't lose you. Words they can't say trickle through their mind, sharp like the crystals making marks on their cheek. They press their face closer. Let pain chase away the ghostly memories of fingertips brushing a strand of hair behind their ear. Sinov, she hears herself say, already clouded by a haze of too distant memory. Don't rip my dress. The memory of the words are whispered now, softer than they were, and bouncing at her off of every facet of every crystal in this cavern. Her heartbeat quickens. Her fingers curl into fists again around the rough wool blanket she imagines is blue silk instead. In her mind, the silk tears this time. She tastes sweet, salty skin, kisses her way over gold and silver and pale gray. The echoes of Sinov's memory in their mind laces fingers in their white hair, grips and guides them. Sinov's image doesn't make any sound, because Katari can't imagine the sounds she might make. Doesn't want to. Wants to hear them herself for the first time. For real. She wants to hear every sound Sinov can make. They're pulled from the loving grasp of imaginary Sinov as the sound of soft footsteps approaches their sleeping place. There's a rustling as someone picks up one of the bedrolls nearby. The warmth of another body moves close to her and she smells Sinov. The all too familiar smell of cedar, summer fruit, and the night blooming jasmine. She doesn't stir, though she wants to. Doesn't reach out, though she longs to. Her heart pounds in her ears as Sinov draws close, just for a moment. There's a sound like the crinkle of paper near her, and then that comforting warmth is gone, and she's left again in cold, crystalline darkness. Come back, she doesn't say. Come lay by my side. Be near me. Sinov is far away from her in so many ways all at once. Moments they shared mere hours ago, only memories now, fading away as memories do. Every time you remember something, it's changed. Katari knows this. You only live each moment once, and trying to hold on only warps your experience of it. She doesn't know how to lock away and preserve the memory of how Sinov's mouth tasted, the golden dappled light look of them pressed together in a strange fake place, Sinov's heartbeat against their lips, the way sugar sounded on Sinov's lips in reference to them. I never thought of myself as anything sweet before. The silence, Sinov, in her mind's eye, smiles, mouths something, slips out of that torn blue fabric, and Katari finally slips away to slumber.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I love reading the chat afterwards.
Oh my god.
That's what I'm wondering. Katari's Minds fans. I think this is the dream.
Probably. Yeah, pent up, no longer pent up. Yeah, nope, can't do that one. Nope.
I'm
can't
looking
do that one anymore.
I'm looking real fast.
That wasn't crazy. It's chapter 3 that gets crazy. It does. But it doesn't say which chapter it comes in. Or which chapter they come in.
Oh no.
What?
Is this okay? It's fine so far. Hold on.
I can't believe everything you see on the internet. You're so right. I can't. You're so right. Was it? Take my hands over my plans. Was that what it was? No, it wasn't. Which one? It was Helping Hands. That's what it was. So we still have that one. Oh, not that one. Nope. KJ, what's happening in there?
It seems fine.
Uh-huh. Is fine relative?
Okay, so the note says, I know this is just a short one because it is, but I felt these moments had to be addressed and this gap bridged before we continue on with the thirst. It's fine.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, it's my turn anyway. Katari's mind is still buzzing as she watches Sinov leave. I am inevitable. The words bounce around her head, like echoes of voices bouncing off of stone walls. Sinov's soft, almost teasing lilt, playing over and over until it almost blends with the usual noise between her ears. Someone had tried to intrude into their mind. Their brows Their brow furrows at the thought. They don't feel it anymore, but they remember the little prickle in the back of their mind. The quiet fear she's been trying to express, turning at once into an anger she had to swallow down before Sinov would see. They make fists with their hands at their side, taking a slow breath and releasing it before letting go. Releasing it and let go. Whoops. Tiredness pulls at them. Sure, the physical effects of exhaustion were erased by magic Katari doesn't understand, nor does she care to. And tension had been eased from her muscles through effort and release. Her cheeks still color at the memory of Decima's breath on her skin as hands, lips, and teeth finally cut through what felt like years of stiffness. Funny, she thinks, what one simple act can show you about yourself. Still, none of that is a substitute for real sleep. As the sun sets, they find themselves on autopilot, undressing, stretching, performing, practiced hygiene rituals while their minds spin off around the memories of Decima's touch and Sinov's words, and the attempted intrusion of their mind that stopped her closing the distance. She doesn't have to ask who or why. She does wonder what might have happened if she hadn't pulled back. Tori, I'm trying to see you. Pent up, no longer pent up, they settle into bed, remembering fondly the taste of Sinov's lips. Hopeful now, not for desperate, pressing, clawing desire, but something simpler. She pulls the covers around herself, half dreaming already of the soft sighs, kisses, the feeling of smaller hands in hers. She knows she has to earn these things, and now she's determined to. She begins to drift, and her eyes snap open as she remembers another thing Sinov said to her. You've never once asked about me. Who do you think you are? They hear themselves ask her, oh, who do you think you are? They hear themselves ask her in their memories. I'm inevitable. What does that mean to Sinov? What does she hope for? Where did she come by this sense of self-assuredness that blows Katari away every day? Questions swirl around Katari's mind until she can't lie still any longer. They wrap themselves in the blanket from the bed and sit down at the desk by the window. The city of
Calanthus
glitters below them. Lamplight, candlelight, glimmers of magic and artifice in every window along every street, where it seems movement only slows at night but never stops. And in the distance stretches the blackness of an ocean untouched by even the faint moonlight Katari is used to. She only knows it's there because she saw it in the afternoon by the docks. She finds paper and quill in a desk drawer and sets to the task of trying to sort her thoughts. Words have never come easily to Katari, and writing them down is even harder than speaking them aloud. Ink scrawls messily across pages. Katari scowls, pushing through frustration at the uneven lines, ink splatters, spelling roadblocks, and never quite being able to find the right words for all the questions she wants to ask Sinov. Sinov, who easily expresses multitudes with one short, sweet note, for whom words are tools rather than obstacles. Katari writes and writes and writes until her questions become a scribbled stream of consciousness, and she doesn't know how long she's been at it when a gentle knock at the door startles her. She stops, The latch clicks, and the door swings open silently as Sinov pokes her blue head into the room. Can I come in? Spinning, whirling, buzzing of Katari's mind slows and quiets as the world narrows in on just this moment. Just this place. Just the two of them. And she falls asleep curled around Sinov. If Sinov is inevitable, Katari will be unflinching. If Sinov is uncertain, Katari will be sturdy. If she fears, they will stand by her side. She will be safe for Sinov. She will be simple.
So there's a whole conversation in that line that you see on the screen. There's a whole scene that happens in that blip.
Damn, these bitches yearning.
Yep. Yes. It gets worse.
Wonderful. Those chapters don't exist.
Well, it's still in progress of being written. Okay. I'm
This
spinning.
is true.
It's one of yours. What the hell is this?
Which one?
Donkey,
Which one is it?
Donkey and Dragon. It is 74 words.
It is 74 words.
There's 2 chapters
All
and
I
it's
need for the
74
font.
words.
Okay, one second. Let me explain this. Just give me a second. So, when we were setting up stream for everything, I wanted some funny ones. And I found oh wait, that's just bacon. I don't want just bacon. Wrong one. There we go. So this one from the Shrek movies and the relationship.
It's
It's Donkey X Dragon.
I accidentally read ahead.
Don't read ahead.
It was on accident. Okay, I need to calm down. We're taking off the long sleeve shirt. I'm getting toasty. Yes.
This isn't even the not safe for work one.
We're definitely doing that one now. It's gonna happen.
We have to.
We have to.
We have to.
Okay. Oh my god.
Alright, so the summary is once upon a time, there was a donkey and a dragon.
Not safe for swamp. Okay. Chapter 1. Pookie. Once upon a time, there was a donkey and a dragon. They loved each other very, very, very much. So one day, they're both chilling on the bed. The dragon giving the donkey bedroom eyes. "Oh my, what wonderful eyes you got there," says Donkey with love and affection in his eyes. The dragon coos at the donkey. Then they fiddled and diddled. The end. Chapter 2. There is literally
Whoa,
2
I wonder what
sentences.
this is about.
Oh, by the way. Oh, they also had 6 kids. The end, truly. That's it! That's the whole thing!
Nick's sweet romance slash smut fanfics. No, POV wrote a fanfiction.
That's so fucking funny.
That's getting gross. That's too beautiful.
That's so funny. they fiddled and diddled. 6 times, in fact.
Indeed.
Your turn.
I left that out.
That's so funny.
Intimacy
Jonas.
is so well crafted. Oh my god. That was beautiful.
That's hilarious.
Take my hand, wreck my plans.
Okay, this is another one of mine. This is from Bards of New York, the Gilded Throne series, featuring another one of my OTPs, which is Lucan Serenel and Casca Sarovi. So the additional tags is Gilded Thrones plus 20, which just means episode 22 forward. Spoilers for up to Gilded Thrones chapter 20, tapestry scene. Lucaska is their ship name. Ballroom dance, because it was so excellent. Basically just, what if no one was watching? Gilded Thrones, fluff and angst, because how could it not be angst? I love them, Your Honor. Take My Hand, Wreck My Plans. Summary. Gilded Thrones 20 was so close to everything we, the people, wanted for them. And maybe Casca was busy dreaming of it too. Notes. Something like what was requested by someone in the Discord, Hannah, which is Casca's player. Thank you to O and also to Sierra in the Discord for helping me, for hyping this / me up and motivating me about my song title bullshit back when I wrote this very first fic for Lucaska, aka the same day Gilded Thrones 1 released, because I'm crazy like that. I spent a while picking a song to be titles. So, yeah, that's what this is.
Beautiful.
It is 2,000 words long, so get ready.
Voice notes? Was French?
No. Lucan has a very silky... when I say soft British accent, I mean it's British, but it's not posh.
Okay.
Casca has a very gentle Scottish accent. But you do not have to. You do not have to do that if you do not want to.
If I do Scottish, it's gonna sound like Merida.
Valid.
But we're not even gonna try. Alright.
So a little context for where they're at, because it said tapestry. In some of the world building, they literally enter blank tapestries and live through moments of the past, but are able to influence these moments in the past that actually affect their current day. So in this tapestry, in the ballroom, there was some dancing between individuals, and this is the first real moments we get to see Lucan and Casca have more open affection towards one another, because Casca is engaged to somebody else, which is why we're trying to stop the wedding. She doesn't want to marry him, but it's political.
Have to take a crack at it? You'll see.
Home wreck it. Listen, he's allowed. I give him a pass. He can home wreck this one.
It's like, actually, permission granted.
Permission granted.
Alright. The room was full of color and of dreamings. Casca breathed it in, the wonder, the whimsy, the joy, all fizzing like sparkling wine and rich atop her tongue. She wished she could hold lungfuls of this feeling, storing them beneath the cold cage of her ribs, savoring them for the next time she found herself alone, looking out at the cold and frozen prospects of a future she was duty-bound to desire. The throne room, the war rooms, the maps of territories bound to her name. That future, her future, it would bring glory and greatness, Casca knew. She just wished it wasn't so hard to breathe the air of hallowed hope. Here in the dreaming, here in the woven tapestries of the present, of the past, not the present, past, here with the people Casca had found herself calling friends rather than targets. Casca felt like she could relax and breathe. The ground was steady beneath her, the music around her a lulling hum. Not a call to action. It was just like for a moment, she was free. And perhaps, if she was being honest with herself, that feeling of ease and steadiness had less to do with being ensconced away where the rest of the court couldn't find her, and more to do with the hand holding hers. the arm around her waist. Perhaps more to do with the fact that Lucan Cernel, her golden flame, was dancing with her at last. Lucan was dressed elegantly as ever. The fine fabric of his coat sleeves, starch like, holy crap. Like it's, I gotta breathe 1 second.
You're doing great.
Eyes, they went crossed against Casca's touch. He was holding her closely, the arm around her waist pulling her inwards, the hand intertwined with her own, tight and comforting. His touch was unexpectedly cool, a solid and reassuring weight, and Casca felt like her own skin burned, a firebrand in response. Their faces were so close he could lean in and rest his forehead against hers, lean in and press his lips to her own, all in the work of a moment. That golden hair shone in the hazy glow of a ballroom, and his eyes were gleaming with a look Casca hadn't seen in months. Love and hope. Casca felt like Lucan was the only one in the room, in the world, and she knew it wasn't true. Knew that there were eyes on her. She could all but feel Lucan stiffen when they spun around the room, and he caught sight of the watching crowd, of Mendax's all-knowing half-smile, of Rafa Lorenze?
Rafa Lorenze.
Perfect. Cautious gaze of their new acquaintance's gleaming eyes. Casca knew that those glances meant danger. Her destiny had always been something tangible, something she could feel in the earth, something she wrought with bloody and broken nail. And it meant that now, even in Lucan's arms, Casca was in no danger of forgetting her future, her promises, or the choices she made. It was still here, clutched in her hands. There was no getting lost in him, intoxicating as Lucan Cernel might be. Still, in the space between one spin and the next, Casca couldn't resist the temptation. For half a second, a breath held, a gasp she trapped between her teeth. Casca's Sarovi slipped her eyes shut, and she let herself dream. In that dream, Casca and Lucan were alone. Oh my god, scandalous. In that dream, it was the two of them and no one else, ensconced in a ballroom laden with opalescent
opulence.
Right? Was that right? Opulence. No, I wasn't. Opulence. Surrounded by finery that neither bothered to see. And in that dream, still, Casca and Lucan danced. He leant in to spin her and rested his forehead momentarily against hers. Those words were still echoing in Casca's mind, loud as divine bells. There is no one in the world I love more than you. I'm not going anywhere. It is a different kind of game. And it wasn't a lie. None of it. So when Lucan's smooth pace slowed, his eyes fluttering momentarily shut, Casca leant in instead of away. Lucan inhaled so sharply he tensed beneath her touch. Casca knew he was hyper-aware of her as she was of him. Yes, he murmured. We can't. We shouldn't cross a line. Casca tilted her head quizzically. Lucan couldn't see it, but sensed her question all the same. He pursed his lips, chewing over his words, battling desire and pain. Do I try? I
think this is still...
Is this him? I can't tell.
I think it's still him.
Cool. It'll be him until I know for sure it's her. It's like I said. It doesn't mean nothing. Not to me. Lucan's eyes fluttering open again. Golden, it probably was her, and gleaming and raw. They cut to Casca's core. Never to me. Casca could hear the words reverberate through her cautious chest. Could hear the words he didn't say. You don't mean nothing. You don't mean mere duty. You don't mean the Empire incarnate. And nothing else. Not to me. Never to me. Casca could hear the words that was probably terrible. Through her cautious... I just read that.
Thanks,
Of
Son.
course it... Damn it, the words. All of them are there. Of course it meant something to me. That's not the words. Casca admitted. Her hand found its way to his face, all but unwittingly. She rubbed her thumb across his cheek, traced the tracking of his gaze on her face. But Lucan, she murmured, does it have to mean everything? Does it have to implicate us all? With no one watching? Can you not tell me it will just be us? Just right now? Foolish words. Ones she could never, should never, say aloud. Lucan, dream of him, didn't step away, didn't chastise her for giving too much or too little, for pleading for something that could never be. He just shuddered beneath Casca's hands, his hands on her waist, in her hair, pulling her closer, closer. If no one is watching, he breathed, and Casca could hear the battle in his voice, could feel his caution loosen. I don't want to know what it's like, Cass, before you marry him, before it's too late. His words were forever lighting a fire beneath her skin. That was nothing new, Casca reasoned. Lucan Cernel was the one person who made her feel truly alive, like she was real and living and breathing beneath his touch, not a careful actor playing a part to perfection. He lit her up from inside out, till she was aflame with delight, with desire, with an incredible awareness of the world buzzing against her skin. This time, though, she'd forgotten that anything else existed besides him, and the enticed words falling from his enticing lips. Lucan, she replied, and then whispered his name like a warning, a whisper. Please. Lucan, I want to know everything about you. I want to take everything I can get before you're gone from me. I want to savor you before I'm bereft. So many phrases, haunting, delightful, cruel. So many things Casca did not get to say out loud. Said it again. There is no one in this world I love more than you. And there is nothing in this world I want quite so much. Lucan shook his head gently, but a dangerous smile was creeping onto his face. If no one sees it, he began again. Then it's just you and me, Casca agreed. She nodded her head, falling forwards, gravity. She didn't bother trying to lean back again, to resist his pull. Lucan inhaled and Casca copied him. She wanted to keep breathing his air for as long as they both lived. Their words were no defense, and they both knew it. But it was too late for that. Casca had kept her heart in chains, and now those chains were broken and in pieces on the floor. Lucan brought them to a careful stop, but Casca barely registered it. She could hardly feel the ground beneath her feet. She was simply in his orbit, pulling closer, closer. Lucan smelled of wood smoke and of burning, of the citrus-scented shampoo she had given him however many years ago. Their noses brushed. Casca felt herself giggle uncontrolled. She was giddy, reckless, out of control. Casca, Lucan chided, but he was smiling. The corner of his mouth tilted up in the way Casca loved so much, and in the end, it was the easiest thing Casca had ever done to lean in and kiss that smile and imprint the feel of it onto her own lips. Lucan Cernel kissed like everything Casca...
Sarovi.
Huh. Had been too cautious to dream. His touch wasn't hot, nor were his brutal flames, but his kiss was gentle, and it burned. His hands, so gentle, so strong, encased her, and in her hair wrapped around her waist, pulling her closer and closer and closer. Casca fit perfectly in the cage of his arms. She wanted to dissolve into his ribs. His hair was soft as she pulled him further down towards her, his uniform rough as she twisted the fingers of one of her hands in the fabric. She realized an eternity later that her lungs were burning. She kept forgetting to breathe, and it didn't matter. None of it mattered. Nothing else mattered. Lucan was kissing her, hungry, gentle, hot. She was a light. She was alive. She was Casca and absolutely nothing more. Because what was an empire? It fell away beneath his touch. So did time and reason and breathing. There was her and him and his hands and hair and her desperate, hungry, grasping touch. And then Lucan stepped away to breathe. And the world came back in fits and starts. He would look tousled, of course, hair mussed from her greedy touch. Perhaps his lips were stained with the paint she used to adorn her own, or pressed pink from the force of her kiss. In that dream, Lucan's eyes would be lit with love and affection and desire, and he wouldn't chastise Casca for her selfish, ugly want. He wouldn't still be hurting because Casca didn't know how to give her heart to him when it was never hers to begin with. No, in this dream, they could dance and kiss and dance again, and no one would see and no one would know. Casca would get to have this, have him, however momentarily. Yet even that dream, poisonous, heady, momentary, even then, Casca knew it would not be enough. She was hunger. She was desire. She was a duty set apart. Her wants and deeds could not touch, could not overlap, could not contaminate the tightrope she walked every day, each day. But in the space between one step and the next, Casca could admit to herself that what she did want was far more than she even knew how to take. She did not just desire Lucan. She hungered to carve the world anew, just to place it in his hands. She was his in a way words could not express, in a way she could not enact. She loved him more than her body knew how to hold. That was the part she didn't think she could ever let him know. Cass. He was looking at her. Casca regained her footing, riding their balance, already smiling, and her stumble dismissed. Thank you for the dance, Luke. Her words were laced with affection. A part of her hated them. Their familiarity, their simple disinterest. That part of Casca could not ever see the light of day. He twirled her again, holding her with reverence and with distance. I hope we get to do it again sometime, he admitted. And Casca knew it was all the confession she could get. She smiled, leant in. She kissed his cheek. Loving, kind, casual, therefore cruel. As do I. Oh, that's insane.
Yep. The
Oh
amount
my god.
they are the slowest burn. So they were friends initially, and he fell in love with her, and then, due to political things, she's engaged to somebody else, and we're trying to not have the engagement happen. This is not. So the dance was the first bit of affection they could start to show to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It gets better. There's a fade to black.
I was worried about the accent. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
It was good. Yeah, but Lucan and Casca later in the series do in fact have a fade to black moment that nobody else knows. That's not true. Eventually other people find out, but it's never like fully said on stream, just teasings.
Oh my god.
And there's some beautiful artwork.
Oh, I bet, dude. Oh, I bet. Oh my, but yeah, Lee, I was also freaking out over every single cast.
So Cass is Lucan's nickname for Casca. He's the only person that calls Casca Cass. And Lucan has like 3 or 4 different nicknames. One is Luke. There's Lucan, obviously. There's Saravalius. Or Saranel, which is by some people. And then there's one that his ward calls him, and Casca calls him teasingly, which is Lucy.
Lucy! I love that.
For anyone who would like to know the source material for this, you can check out The Bards of New York on YouTube, specifically the campaign Gilded Thrones. I so heavily recommend it. These people are such brilliant performers. I'm obsessed. They probably finished stream, but the newest session was streaming as we're streaming, so I get to watch that tomorrow.
Nice.
They're having nighttime
Oh,
scenes, and I'm so hyped. The only way I can describe what Gilded Thrones is if you took, like, Bridgerton and Pride and Prejudice with some Game of Thrones with some Shrek and kind of mix it together. So it's political intrigue, it's romance, it's friendship, it's courting, it's the social dynamics.
You're
It's
saying all of my favorite words. I'm like a dog. I'm
Yeah.
so
so
excited.
it's not D&D based. It's mixed mechanics from a game called Good Society, which I'm gonna run a game that's partially based on Good Society mechanics as well. Mixed
Good Society so bad.
mixed with, well, don't worry, you're already one of the people who's gonna be one of my players, so you'll get to a little bit. The Good Society mechanics that they use for the game. Correct. So in Good Society, the mechanics they pulled for this game is, in Good Society, you have your PC essentially, so your main character, and then you play connection characters. So each person is playing 3 characters. The DM obviously plays more than that, but like primarily everyone is playing 3 characters. So you have your main character, and then each of those people made 2 connection characters attached to their character that then other people play. And it's beautiful. And the stats they use are from Kids on Bikes, so it's each die in a set of D&D dice, so there's only 6 because they don't use the percentile die. You assign a stat to each die, and then you have 6 points you can then assign across those things. So you have your magic stat, you have nimble, you have brawn, fight, wit, and charm.
Wow.
Those are the only stats. Period. Nothing else. Those are your stats.
That sounds so cool.
Yeah, so Lucan, his player also plays Merit and Federico. Casca is played by our DM, but Casca is our DM's PC character. Our DM plays everybody, but connection character-wise, she plays... what's her name? She's kind of... Melvira, who is the sister to one of our other PC characters, as well as a slew of other connection characters to multiple people. Who else is mentioned at the beginning of this thing? Mendax, who is the southern gentleman that is also referred to as Slick sometimes. His player also plays Alum, who is Dulcamara's little brother. And he plays the Duke, Felix Castillo.
It could have been better, you know? It could have gone further, but it didn't.
This is fair. He also plays the Duke Felix Castillo, who is the individual Casca is engaged to.
Oh.
He is also much older than Casca is. Casca
Right.
is roughly the same age as Felix Castillo's son Federico. So, however, he's hot.
He's
I
hot.
can't.
You know what?
I can't be mad.
Everything's fine.
Hold on, let me.
'Cause he's hot.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Waiting for the stream to get banned. One day. One day it will.
Let me just show you guys these character arts.
Is it your turn to spin? Is it my turn to spin?
I think it's probably my turn to spin, but I have to show this for the people.
I get to see.
If you open my stream.
Let me get there. Let me get there. Hey, yo!
That is one Casca Sarovi.
Oh, no. Oh, wait. I died. Casca's hot as hell.
Casca is a catch. We love Casca. Then you have one Lucan Serenel. Otherwise, his title is the Golden Flame. His flames do not burn. They disintegrate.
There you go.
He's not smug, he's sad boy.
I do love me a dramatic blonde.
This is one of our other characters. He is smug. This is Elro Coldheart.
Oh, he's dangerous.
He is Dulcamara's best friend, is in love with her. She is not in love with him.
Hell yeah.
This is
It's not D&D.
Melvira the
it's
Tigress. This is Dulcamara's older sister.
Oh my god.
We love her. She is the most disinterested person when people talk to her. She doesn't care.
Valid.
This is Lucan's ward, Mio Sorobi. She's 13 and she has my heart. That is Chat's child.
Oh, she's adorable.
She will insist on you calling her Commander Golden Mio. She wears sunglasses frequently. That has been made canon in this world. And she wants so badly to be a spy. And those in this world, spies are called votives.
Oh, she's so cute.
This is Lucan's mentor, Montgomery Urso, otherwise known as Monty.
I do like a Montgomery.
We have
mustache.
so many
Nice.
questions about Monty and no answers.
You know, all Monty should be mysterious.
This is Merit Lorenze, Rafa's younger sister.
How much younger?
A couple of,
Can I sim
like,
for her?
she's 18?
Ooh, she's pretty. I can't.
She
can't
is
go
pretty.
for
She is also sassy as fuck. This is Cyrus
her. I like a bone
Lorenze.
structure.
This is Rafa and Merit's uncle. His brother, who's Rafa and Merit's father, who is dead at the time of the campaign, is an identical twin to this man.
Wow.
But this man is the evil version. We hate Cyrus.
We don't like him. No, that scar, ugly as hell.
This is Federico Castillo. This is a lover boy.
Why does he give Jesus vibes?
If evil, why hot? Because have to. This is the Duke Castillo's son. He is currently engaged, and when I tell you this is a lover man, he's a
He's our
lover.
savior.
This is one Mendax Vale.
Mendax?
That's Mendax.
Oh my god.
He is the master of secrets and
And he's
information.
Purple?
Correct. He is almost never out of that suit. This man is also...
He must be stinky as hell.
This man is... Well, he has multiple versions of the same suit.
Okay.
This man is also a sub. Confirmed. Canon.
I can work with that.
He's working into Dom energy in recent times, though. This is the Duke Felix Castillo.
Oh my god. Even wear lingerie, you can't fuck.
This is Alum. You'll notice some of these characters I'm not giving last names for because in the nation they're from, you don't have last names, you earn titles. Alum is not old enough to have earned his title.
That's valid.
Alum has fire magic. He's a little
Hell
guy.
yeah.
This is Jin. This is our designated rat boy.
Yeah, I can see it.
I have no context to give you on that.
Valid.
This is the dude I was talking about earlier who can manipulate emotions.
Oh!
That's him. This, I'll give you the current look, is Rafa Lorenze. This is one of our lesbians.
Yeah. We love lesbian.
Also, I want her skirt. This is the most problematic man from the Coven. His name is Eos, the Porcelain Man. Oh, no. When I say can manipulate emotions, I mean all of them. And I mean can embolden certain emotions, can erase emotions, or can fuck up your day by bringing up emotions you weren't previously feeling if he has seen you feel those emotions before.
I feel so normal about this person.
He is so problematic. Jin also, like, can feel other people's emotions, but the way he feels them are in smells and flavors.
What just happened?
You were
Hi, Simon.
This is Argia, the Pale
you for
Flame.
it.
Argia is
Oh my,
engaged to Federico.
I can see it.
She
that-
does not know how to keep a secret to save her life.
You always gotta have those characters.
It's a whole thing. This is... Okay, I'll show you this one first. This is
Oh my
Dokamara,
God.
the Flower of Death. This is simply Amara.
Those are the same character?
Correct. Amara is what her friends and family call her. She, at a certain point in the game, loses all of her powers and no longer wishes to be called by her title.
That makes sense.
Because it
Yeah,
wasn't
that
really
makes
hers
sense.
to begin with.
Mm,
This is Carmilla Ceravelius.
oh my god.
This is another lesbian.
Oh, I could tell. Oh, I could tell.
This is Lucan's boss.
And she got a wonderful smoky eye. Love that for her.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna go delving into the fan art section to get some of the other characters. Not the
Thank
fan
you,
fiction.
Simon. I love you too. Oh. Congratulations, by the way.
Well,
I'm
let
so
me
proud of you.
Guild of Thrones. Give me those. We're gonna ignore this one.
Oh my god. These are insane. I'm sorry.
Okay, this is... I'm gonna scroll. Art someone did of a flashback moment from the game. This is Carmilla in her punk phase.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Because I mentioned Carmilla's a lesbian. Carmilla and Mercy Viol.
I guess we're just skipping the blurs.
Those are in that one. If they're blurred, it means it's spoilers. So part of Mendax's powers is he has inky incarnations of himself.
That's
He-
so cool.
He's a somewhat deeply unsettling man.
That made him hotter. Not gonna lie.
Mio!
Oh.
Because we love Chad's Child. I don't... What's this one? Oh. These are the foxes! The ether foxes! That was the whole thing.
That's how it goes. It takes so long to get your degree mailed to you. I don't know why, but it is.
For real. This...
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And that's art of what we just read?
Correct.
Oh my god.
This is when Casca poisoned Mendax without Mendax knowing.
Oh my god.
She did give him the antidote. However. Slay Queen.
How? Ooh. There's so many good artists in this fandom. What the fuck?
I know. I feel so inadequate.
Oh my god, and he, oh, and his corvids associated with him. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Correct,
Oh,
that's the whole
no.
thing. This is after
Oh, no.
Dokamara's magic was stripped from her. This is not from D&D. This is from the game we were talking about earlier. This is why we call him the Ratman. Argia the Pale Flame. This was during the duel.
Whoa.
Her power set's really cool.
It being a snake? That's insane. Oh my god. Shirtless. Hashtag shirtless.
Homeboy was in the infirmary.
Hashtag shirtless and hot.
Trigger warning for impalement. Because Elro shot ice into him. So Rafa is a mender, so she's helping heal. Can I get some of our Lucan in Paramount? This was a whole thing.
Ice, please. Hey, oh, we love that cropping.
Mercy Viol, everyone. Oh, that's... Eh. Oh yeah. Lesbian kiss.
Lesbians! Let's go, lesbians!
Yeah. Some of the art of Lucan is so good.
Damn,
Just let me get up there.
That's insane.
Lucan is one of my favorite characters. He's so dramatic, but I love him.
Welcome back! You missed a Scottish accent.
True.
In a really, really good dance scene.
Oh my god, stop doing that.
Did we finish the fix? No, we still have a couple.
What is this? Is this
Great
from...
Scottish accent? Don't hit me up too much.
Oh!
There's a lot of room for improvement.
Oh! So you know how I said there's... you know how I said, the thing earlier? Yeah. That right there.
Delicious. Lovely.
These are the dresses, designs. Give me mercy. I just...
Yeah, we're just looking at character designs for the fic that we just read. And oh boy, are they great. Are they wonderful?
The unfortunate thing is, most of Mercy's art is in the Fandom After Dark section because it's not...
Yeah, that makes sense. We still have a couple fics.
We do still have a couple
We can
fics.
continue this in a bit. I think it's your turn to spin, right?
Probably. Let me swap back. Bah. Done. Okay. And if it's one that we've already done, then... Kiss me on the mouth and love me like a sailor.
Hey, that's one of mine.
It is. Hey, Druid.
Alrighty. So, this is from Just Roll With It's main campaign that is still going on. It went on like a 2-ish year hiatus. This is a canon sapphic relationship within there. You have Ava Farron. The Farrons are related to the Navy, which in this world is called Raft.
What does sapphic mean?
Lesbian.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes, you're good. You're good. It's okay. I believe in you. But the Farrons are heavily associated with the Navy. And then you have Captain Lizzie Lafayette. And she is a pirate. Pirate, Navy, they don't like working together. So very separate. Star-crossed lovers, if you will. But Ava, she gets killed pretty tragically in the show. She never really comes up. So this is pre-canon of like what the show is going on. And she haunts the narrative so much and so well.
We love a good narrative haunting.
I love her with my entire soul. Oh my god. She's not even voiced. Like, we've only seen, like, vague descriptions of her, but she looks exactly like one of the main PCs because it's her sister.
Tragic.
I know. So, the tags that we have here is Ava Farron, Captain Lizzie Lafayette. Caspian is Lizzie's, like, right-hand man. They're besties to the end. And so, we have their friendship. Those 3 characters are in here. We have Worry, Navy, Fake Character Death, Ava Farron Lives, which, wouldn't that be the best? Wouldn't that be the best if she did? Angst, Forbidden Love, Love, Killing, I Hate Raft, Pirates, Grief/Mourning, Ghost Freeform, Letters, Tragic Yuri, Healing, Reunions, Campaign 2, which technically of Riptide. This was in like an October challenge, and then it's titled after a song. So we have Kiss Me on the Mouth and Love Me Like a Sailor. Summary: Day 11, ship AU where Ava in fact does not die. She gets better! So notes. Okay, so again, not proofread. If you like this, please read my other things. They are my babies.
It's roughly 2,000
Yes.
words, so lock in.
Yes. You gotta lock in. This is the longer side of the ones I have.
It's not me who is crazy and did everything. Okay.
Ava, we don't know what she sounds like, but her sister is pretty tepid voice. Like, she's a badass. She's more like the navigator for the pirates. Lizzie, she is more of a stern personality. Think of like Katari. That would be Lizzie in here. I do know it's 8K. I do know. I just wanted it there because I love it so much. But yes.
Okay. She comes and she goes, but she always comes back. So why is Lizzie so worried? It could be because she's a pirate and Ava is Navy, but it's never been a problem before. Or it's because she wants to tell her about Shadowbeard's hideout, but she wouldn't tell a soul. And then she is not alone, and her worries leave just as fast as they arrived. Ava's mouth moves with a sentence, and Lizzie responds, but she hears none of it, as she is too enraptured by the beauty in front of her. Her hair is tied back in a big ponytail, framing her head like a halo of holy fire. The sun shines through it, illuminating her smile of wonder that is painted across her face by the steadiest hand. She takes a minute to stare just a little, take in every tiny detail from the freckles dotted across her face, as intricate as the constellations themselves. The little gap between her front teeth that makes her melt every time, and the lips shaded just a little more red than usual. And she's reminded of every time those lips had met hers, spreading a carefully applied lipstick to her face as well. Her voice...
I do have to explain something, like,
sure,
character-wise that I completely forgot. So the Farrons, there are 2 goddesses that kind of rule over everything in Riptide. There is Luna Deus, she's the goddess of the moon, and there is Aster, she's the goddess of the sun. And Aster, she is heavily associated with the Farron family. So because they have been blessed by Aster, they have fire powers that they have access to. Ava is a monk. She's really, really cool. And I can't remember what Lizzie is. I feel like... I can't remember. But Lizzie, she got a magic eye from Shadowbeard as a gift for her because he helped raise her. I think it helps her, like, see if people are lying, if I remember correctly. There's so much to Riptide. There's so much. It's like the last one I like finished because it's so long.
Valid.
But yeah, the fire is important.
Got
There you
it.
go. Huzzah.
Her voice sounds worried, tripping over little syllables that she'd usually glide over with ease. And Ava's face twisting into concern, worried that something is wrong, makes her even more frightened. Even though she knows that there's no need to be scared. She's as welcome as a warm hug and a blanket, as gentle as can be. She is home. I want you to meet Shadowbeard. He'd love you. Of course I will, darling. Tomorrow? I'd like that. She has no reason to fear because they'll be careful. What they cannot predict, though, is that they are followed. It is perfect. The sun shines down on the little boat they take, gently rocking in the waves, another boat following behind them, and another, and another. They're allowed a while of respite, and Shadowbeard smiles at the girl he sees like a daughter, and at the girl he does not know, but the way she looks at Lizzie disproves any suspicions he had. They sit and drink and laugh and chat about how they have all the time in the world, and they choose to ignore the fact that they are on opposite sides. How Ava's shoulders are still covered with that captain's jacket. It adorns her like a weight. It stops her moving as gracefully as she could, and it says in big letters that she is to the pirates an enemy. She's not an opponent until she is forced to be. The two of them lay on the grasses that surround the coasts, Lizzie's hands tangled lazily in Ava's hair, braiding aimlessly. They do not see them coming. They are humming some swooping song that Lizzie learned with the crew. They do not hear them until it is too late. Ava's shackle of a jacket had been laid out on the ground next to them. She looks just like the rest of them until she's recognized. Captain Farron, what are you doing? You should be fighting! By that point, Lizzie has taken up her arms and is fighting for her home, and Ava is given no choice but to fight against her. The second she fires off a shot and takes out a pirate, she regrets not hiding out and taking the fall, because this pirate had a name and a story, and she knew it. He had a wife and 2 twin children he wanted to get home to, and she took that from them. It's as she hesitates after watching this man fall that she encounters Lizzie. She grits her teeth as she's forced to play the part of a brutal Navy captain her father has made her. Her thoughts battle each other. Lizzie's face pressed against hers, her father's approval if she took her out. It all culminates in a cold gun barrel pressed to her forehead, but she does not pull the trigger. The chaos leaves them isolated, Ava's crew knowing to leave her to her business. Ava, please, you don't have to do this. It's not worth whatever the Navy could give you. Lizzie, it'll be okay, okay? I'm going to pretend to pull this and you're going to play dead. Then I'll come back for you, alright? Her words of protection are broken with words that cut through the gunfire and the thud of a fallen man. Open fire! Take them both out if you have to! The gunfire is much closer. So much closer. As loud as 1,000 cannons, and the barrel is no longer against her head, its owner on top of her. Her hands grasp around Ava's shoulders to be met with the slick of blood. Immediately, she does what she was told. She plays dead, whispering just enough for Ava to hear. We'll get you out, okay? You'll be okay. Elizabeth, I need you to leave me, alright? Can you get out of here? You're strong. I'll only slow you down. Get to Caspian if he's still here. Get far away. I'll be okay, I promise. No, you won't be. I'm not going to leave you. You must, Lizzie. If you're going to live, you have to let me stay here. The Navy squad's attention elsewhere, Lizzie forces herself to stand, whispering a last, "I love you," as she does. And then she's running and is gone. What she doesn't see is Ava grasping at her injuries, evaluating if they will be fatal. She takes up her dropped pistol and joins the fray again, fighting off old comrades in favor of new ones. Her hands are stained red from the blood of old friends, and yet she smiles as the bullets leave. She does not shoot to kill, but to remind the Navy that she's a damn good soldier. And now, a damn good pirate. White uniforms turned crimson with each blow flowering an injury, and she pushes them back to the shores every step of the way. By then, the pistol has fallen from her hand, but it does not matter. Her very presence turned against them sends them running with their tails between their legs. Once they're on their ships, and safely in the other direction, she lets herself rest. But she is not alone. There are hands here to help, admittedly, not many, as most of the pirates are gone or dead, but there are healers' hands. Each day that passes on the ship they fled on, affectionately named the Crescent Moon, Lizzie cries. She cries out wails of despair that discourage those with her to go near, but Caspian is not put off. Each morning and night he brings her a roll and some of the extra food they have, and feeds it to the fish when she does not eat. He stays up with her in the nights, saying he has to keep watch, which he does. But the ocean is not the only thing he keeps an eye on. He talks with her, more at her the first few days, about a cool fish he saw, or about the clouds, then about Ava. I loved her more than anything, you know. More than fucking anything. And she's gone. Taken from me. Why is it so unfair? Life works that way. I'm sorry. It's cruel and twisted in its ways. Do you want to talk about her? She does. For hours on end, she talks about every little thing. From the way she giggled to herself when the admirals made a joke by accident, to the way she tied her boots up funny and they'd laugh about it together. She speaks more to the ocean than to him, perhaps hoping the motions would take her love across the waves to her. It takes a few more days, but the fish stop getting rolls and other people start taking night watches. She doesn't leave her place on the bow of the ship, sheltering under a little lip in the rain. She starts to keep a little stash, a pile of food she doesn't finish, a pouch filled with change she had in her pocket the day of the massacre. She doesn't move when they dock at the island, just requesting Caspian grab her little things, handing him a few gold. Eventually she doesn't need to ask, as a bag appears at her feet after she'd forgotten to ask. A few wondering eyes start a rumor that she's the ghost of the Crescent Moon, and in a way, they're right. She'd left her life and soul on Shadowbeard's hideout and effectively haunted the ship, a husk of the great Elizabeth Lafayette. Eventually mail piles up too, all of it unopened. They'd find me if they wanted to talk, she'd say. 6 months worth of papers and she does not touch, though the Dolphin's delivery is different this time. They seem to linger more than usual, as if waiting for her to open it. Fine. Once, she mutters to the creatures, who are just a bit too sentient for her liking. She tears the envelope, first seeing the wanted posters for Caspian, and a few of the pirates on the ship she had not caught the names of, but she does not see her own. Perhaps the rumor that she's a ghost had worked in her favor, convincing the Navy she had died in the battle. And then there is the letter, scrawled across a ripped piece of parchment in quick handwriting. Lizzie, I don't know who you are, but the patient I've been caring for keeps asking for you. I hope this gets to the right Lizzie. I don't even know her name. Every time I ask, she just asks for you. I keep telling her I'll send for you, but this is the first time I've gotten my shit together enough, too. Come to this island. I marked it on the map I'm sending with this letter. Shadowbeard's hideout. Caspian! Where are we going right now? Edison Kingdom! Why? Not anymore. We've got to go back to the hideout. Why? There's nothing there anymore. Ava's alive. She doesn't believe the words as they come out of her mouth, but she shouts them anyway, because if she can make the world hear it, maybe she will too. They do turn around almost immediately, make sail for the hideout, and the ghost of the crescent moon isn't so ghostly. She paces up and down the decks, checking the constellations in the night for their location, until it is in view. When the little island crawls over the horizon, it's almost unnoticeable, but Lizzie's eyes have been trailing the line for this speck, and it's beautiful. She urges the waves to carry them forward, encouraging the wind to fill their sails and force them through the water, back to the place of the massacre. Back to her. They hit the banks on the island not too long after, and she practically launches over the railings the moment they do. She runs one foot in front of the other, her hair bouncing with the sudden motion and wind. The door of the little hideout could have fallen off its hinges with how hard she flung it open, tears falling already. And there she is. She lays slumped against a wall, shoulder wrapped tightly in gauze and dressings, her discarded navy uniform crumpled up in a corner. The light from the door startles her just a bit, pushing her grown-out, unkempt hair from her eyes as they focus on the figure in the door and fill with tears as well. Lizzie. My Lizzie. Oh, I didn't think you'd come back for me, she says gently, standing on unsteady legs. In an instant, she's wrapped in Lizzie's arms. I would never. I'd always come back to you, love, she says into her tunic. I thought you were gone. I always thought you'd get out. I had to get you out. You wouldn't have left if you thought I'd come with you. It would have just led them to you. Never do that again, okay? But I'll always come back for you. Always. And for a moment, a martyr and a ghost held each other, and the martyr came back with a new cause, and the ghost had her soul returned.
Oh my god.
That's beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's getting kudos.
Oh,
That's beautiful.
oh, that was beautiful. Alright, it was next.
Your turn.
Yo, yeah!
What is it?
Basilisk Spa Night. This is one of mine. To give you a break, because that one was on the longer side. Okay, so this is also from the Just Roll With It podcast. This is from the show Judgment.
Whoa.
And it is based in... Actually, is this a different AU? No, it's just alternate events. Okay. So this one is based in the land of Alcoast.
Okay.
And the premise is there has been a regicide, and these 4 characters have the blame placed on them. And so, like, throughout the campaign, you're just trying to figure out how to get their name clear of this. So you have Buck Barker, who is Southern sweetheart.
I know Buck.
Sings-
You've cosplayed Buck.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've also cosplayed Ava.
Yes. I know some
We have
of it.
Jaguar Joe. Jaguar Joe is
What a name.
big 3'11" salamander.
Salamander?
Salamander. He's great.
Lizard.
He has a white fedora that has a band of like Guy Fieri flames around it.
Okay.
He's got I think he has like a white coat that also has like flames that are matching and everything. He is Australian. He
Beautiful.
basically is if a Reddit mod had an Australian accent, and was a big salamander.
That's so stupid.
Jaguar Joe is my favorite. He's beautiful. You have
That's-
Mel, who I have also cosplayed. She is. She is a
Why?
punk.
Why
I love
Australian
her.
accent in quotation marks?
It's a characterized Australian accent.
I see.
And then you have Payon Pestifus, who is a Yanti person.
Oh, you say Yanti?
Yeah, is it not?
I say Yuanti.
That makes sense.
He sounds more New Zealander to me.
Mm.
Potato, tomato.
Australian. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I
They both sound so similar to me that I
Hi,
lump them, which
hi,
isn't
Birdie.
good, but I do.
We have a hydrate.
Oh, we have a hydrate?
Why did it ban the word pookie?
I don't know. It's not flagged in my chat. That's a you problem.
Well, what the hell?
1984. Posture check. All right.
This
No,
guy.
that's fine.
I just had. My chat doesn't know his actual name, so I'm gonna use his handle because I think you know it. I just got a Snapchat from Millie.
Huh?
He popped open my stream. Was like, "Oh, you guys are reading fanfiction?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "How are you feeling?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like,
Great.
"All I know is fanfic is very explicit." Not all fanfiction is explicit, and it's not for this stream.
Not for this stream. Next stream, though.
Next stream.
Next stream, yeah.
That'll be a whole different
When that'll
conversation.
be, I don't know.
Some of these are like
For real.
funny, haha. Others are like big sad. Others are
This is true.
romantic, and others are borderline spicy.
Yeah, that's true. So, the tags that we have for this is all of them are friends. Oh, I didn't explain Payon. Payon is, at the beginning, has a plague doctor mask that he doesn't take off in front of people. And
It's
so
giving the
where
Mandalorian.
this fic, for real. And then this is set after they have face revealed. Payon uses any pronouns.
Okay.
To quote Payon Pestifus, all of them seem fun. End quote. It was great. It was wonderful.
Love
The only
that.
reason that conversation came up was Jaguar Joe would say, "What is your pronouns?" It was great. It was wonderful. Donkey and Dragon almost got us there. You're so right. You're
They
so
fiddled and diddled.
Right. Fiddled and diddled. It was explicit.
That's not
Alright,
explicit.
the tags on this is yes, it is. Yes, it is. I don't want to hear anything else about Donkey. That
It's
was the
suggestive
most-
at most.
That is the most I ever want to hear about Donkey. Okay, that was the most explicit thing I ever had to hear. So we have Fluff, Basilisk, Payon Pestifus, multiple pronouns for Payon Pestifus, set after episode 15, which is the face reveal. In the Ambition
can't.
Warehouse.
Doodle, stop it.
Hey. Why do you do this to me? Non-sexual nudity.
Okay, I think this will be
Doodle
the
locking.
I think this will be the last one for tonight because I'm realizing it is 10:16 and I have to go to work tomorrow.
This is true. This is true. Doodle, we're locking the fuck in. This is non-sexual nudity. I need you to be a Puritan.
I'm
okay?
sorry. Nudity is never non-sexual.
I know. I think I should tag that, but Payon just takes their shirt off. So I'm swearing no beta. Payon just revealed their face and wouldn't mind help shedding because they are part snake. I wrote something. Everyone cheer! Yeah! chapter indents. It's not too bad. Okay. Payon stared blankly through the window of the party's small hideout. Through the layers of blur, they can make out very few figures traversing the dark streets below. Aside from the silhouettes marching below, any souls spared by the mosquito. Oh, by the way, I forgot about that. So there. So the how do I explain that? Souls can be sucked out by the mosquitoes that they have made, and they are collecting all of the souls to like bring someone back. If I remember right, I haven't watched this in so long. But mosquito souls, soul mosquitoes, those are a thing. Just thought I should let you know. We're smart enough to stay hold up. She can at least state them.
I just want to, for a second, I was like, not all fanfictions are explicit. And he was like, most are. And I was like, you'd be surprised. It just happens that most fanfictions I read are.
True. This is true. Same. Angle of the Dangle is sexual, technically.
I also opened your stream so that I can read along with you.
Alright, perfect. Wonderful, wonderful.
So my stream, you just get to see my beautiful face.
Hell yeah. Alrighty, where are we? She can at least save them. They were mostly sure those figures were people. His vision was clouded over by a layer of skin he has not gotten the chance to shed yet. On top of her barely passable vision, she has not been able to unwind her wings for... Wings? I think that just means relax. Like, Payon don't have wings. For days now. They may be small and unusable, but they were still a part of him. Living in the palace, they did not have to hide their wings. Wait, does a basilisk have wings?
Sometimes.
Okay, I think that was the thing. Basilisk, yeah, never mind. I'm thinking about this all wrong. So, Payon in this has wings, and I was not prepared for that.
Not all basilisks have wings, but some of them do.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Now I can lock in. I'm just like,
lock in.
My girl, what are you doing? Part of him. Neither wings. But the looks they got from their faces were enough. His mother's mask had been helpful in curbing the looks of disgust and snarky remarks. But the wings were a touch too much, and thus had to be hidden if he wanted to be able to do his job. Payon's the healer, a monk healer, by the way. She could not say why she was like this. She had no biological parents to learn from. A basilisk is not a common creature to be, so resources ran dry on any library's front. At the very least, his parents were willing to learn with him. Their mother always helped peel shedded skin from their eyes, and their father always made sure their wings were preened and not hidden away all day, like they are now. For the past few days, Payon's wings had been digging into his back, the ruffled feathers scraping against the now raw skin, and brushing up into the delicate membrane of the actual body of their wing. Subconsciously, they attempted to shift underneath all of Payon's clothing. All of Payon clothes, my god, causing all the damaged feathers to make themselves known. You alright there, Payon, buddy? Buck Barker's voice interrupted her thoughts. You're looking mighty itchy over there. Yes, Payon replied, not bothering to break their gaze from the warehouse window. Is it like a snake thing? Mel asked. You're a snake, right? Partially. I'm closer to a basilisk. Oh, Jaguar exclaimed. I love Jaguar so much, sorry. You're one of them fearsome beasts that can kill him with just a glance. That was awful.
This
Mr.
guy.
Barker chuckled. I mean, no disrespect, but I don't think Payon is quite the fearsome beast. No, I haven't told my gaze is unsettling, but I have not killed anyone with it, Payon muttered. Yet. Let me try, Mel quipped, moving from her spot in the corner of the room to join Payon on the windowsill. She grabbed Payon's head and angled it towards her. Payon, you're gonna make eye contact with me for this to work, Mel grumbled. Payon tilted their head. Am I not? No, Mel said, tilting her head to match. Can't even tell where you're looking. Let me check. Jaguar ducked, but I can't do Jaguar serious.
Jaguars? So fun.
I love him so much.
Lemon check.
Jaguar ducked between Mel's arms to stand between the two. He stood in silence for a while. Payon could not judge if it was a good silence or a bad one. Her blurry sight certainly did not help. Ah, I see the problem, Jaguar finally said. What problem? The two humans asked in unison. Jaguar placed his damp hand on Payon's shoulder, making it so 50% of the party is currently grabbing them. Payon, when was the last time you shed? Payon stared past both Jaguar and Mel in thought. 5 months or so? She hissed. I lost track after everything. But well, Jaguar Joe's here to help fix that, he announced in a way that was most likely proud. Payon froze in shock. The best reaction to being inhuman, oh my god, they expected was nothing at all. Offering to help was another thing entirely. His heart felt warm, and yet he was conflicted. Helping her shed was a thing only her mother used to do. After she passed, Payon learned to manage on their own or ask their father to help. Would having someone else do it be another blemish on his mother's memory? If that's all right with you, Jaguar continued, much quieter than before. Yes, Payon said quickly, not wanting to let her friend stew in his thoughts. Yes, it was just no. It was very kind of you to offer. The rest of the room waited for Payon to continue his sentence, to decline, or to accept. They did not know. To hell with it. Payon already removed their mask. Why not go the extra step? She moved away from the hand touching her and unclasped the cloak, leaving it carefully folded on the nearest chair to her. Then he unbuckled the straps of his wing binder. They always kept his undershirt between the straps and his wings to avoid discomfort. What exactly does shedding entail? Buck asked. Payon hoped it was not rudely, but knowing Buck, he could be nothing but kind. Jaguar gestured with a limb. Just removing the outer layer of skin to reveal the new shiny armor underneath. I don't know what accent this is anymore. Alrighty then. Buck stood up slowly, then clapped his hands together. How do I help? Well, it depends on rice and plates. There we go. Wow. This accent. How was this accent harder than the Scottish one I had to do? Well, it depends on where Payon wants to stop. Jaguar said in his accented voice. Payon stared down at their shirt, debating whether or not to take the final step. The room grew quiet once again, which usually meant Payon was supposed to say something. Normally, I go with the eyes, they offered. Wait! Mel interrupted. We're just taking skin off your eyes? No one acknowledged Mel, including herself, in the we. It's fine. He flipped his hand. I've got a new layer underneath, ready to go. Yeah! It's normal! Jaguar defended. Buck moved closer to Mel. You heard him, Mel. It's normal, nothing to be worried about. If you say so, she murmured. You all set? Jaguar asked for confirmation before touching Payon's face. All set. With surprising dexterity, Jaguar delicately pulled the skin away from the bridge of Payon's nose. The skin, although not quite as scaly as it could be, still crinkled at the touch. The instant release of pressure soothed a headache Payon did not feel forming. Mr. Barker, you said you wanted to help, right? Jaguar paused and asked. Buck moved closer. Why, yes, I did. Now listen. Right here, you want to, Jaguar started before Payon tuned him out. Jaguar was being careful enough that Payon felt confident that he could relax and not get ripped apart. Another set of hands, most likely Buck, joined Jaguar in removing the skin from her eyes. Having thin human hands is useful when dealing with such a delicate matter. As more skin was peeled away, with a satisfying crinkle, Payon sagged back further and further into their seat. The permanent slouch of her spine unfurled, and rested against the cool window pane. Carefully balanced, so only her shoulder was supporting her, not her wings. Several vertebrae cracked as they were rearranged. Payon let out a long sigh, no longer distorted by his mask. Preceded by a small tug, the last bit of skin covering Payon's eyes was removed. It was the same feeling of doffing a cloak in sweltering heat or escaping manacles. Payon was free. With newly restored vision, Payon could see both Jaguar and Buck squinting in focus at their face. Both of their hands were gingerly scratching the shedded skin away. Payon blinked away the bleariness from his eyes, similar to the human blinking sleep residue away. I think that's the first time I've seen you blink since you took off your mask, Buck remarked with a chuckle. Oh, are Payon's eyes back? Mel asked, but did not shove anyone back like she normally would when she was going to see something that was blocked. Jaguar stepped back, possibly in fear of being shoved, and gestured at his work. Why, yes, milady. Mel leaned down to stare into Payon's eyes. Oh, neat, she said simply. Her eyes were a deep brown and as warm as hot chocolate. He was lucky she was looking at him so warmly. They've seen how cold her eyes can get when faced with an enemy. Any signs of death? Jaguar whispered nervously. Mel hummed. Nothing that I can see. I need to try now. Jaguar jumped in, staring straight into Payon's eyes. The two cold-blooded creatures make an unblinking eye contact. Jaguar excitedly stared into Payon's eyes, and then appeared less excited and less excited. Yeah, no. I don't think you can kill anyone with your eyes, Payon, Jaguar concluded. Payon hissed. I thought it as much. Payon looked slightly dejected until he sprung out of his seat. Wait! Shouldn't you be part bird? Do you have wings? Yes, but they won't be as exciting. As you're thinking, Payon informed him. Mel took Jaguar's seat. Well, now you have to show us, dude. Payon sighed. They were in too deep to chicken out, huh? Not like they are going to judge them, right? Payon blinked away her unwanted thoughts, then wordlessly removed her undershirt. Oh my god. All their bindings removed, Payon's wings stretched to their fullest. Brownish and white feathers fluttered out. The days of constant pressure and lack of preening have certainly taken their toll on his wings. The muscles were sore as they reached for positions they had not been able to in days. She hissed slightly, in equal parts soreness and relief. Oh, Mr. Barker crooned. Ain't they just the cutest? Mel grabbed Payon's shoulders faster than any punch she ever threw. Payon, where are your tits? Now, Mel, you can't just ask someone where their tits are. You're right. I mean, you're right. It's fine, Payon said. But I'm both reptile and avian. I need no for mammary glands. Mel's face twisted. That's nice and all, but why'd you have to say it like that? Like what? Payon tilted their head slightly. Mel shrugged very insightfully. Did you still need help with your shedding? What? Shedding Payon? Jaguar asked, partially pushing Mel out of her stolen seat. Payon glanced around the room, noting the lack of mirrors. Yes, that would be helpful. Jaguar restarted explaining the entire process to Buck as he worked. Between helping Jaguar and tossing shedded skin in a nearby trash, Buck wrote down at least some of the information Jaguar was spewing. Although every other word that came out of Jaguar's mouth was, at the very least, hyperbole, he still managed not to rip Payon's face off. While the very intense operation, they did a sarcasm, was occurring, Mel paced laps around the room. Whenever she reached Payon's side, she would pause, open her mouth slightly before quickly resuming her pace. On her most recent lap, she froze in her tracks and didn't continue her nowhere walk. Hey, Payon? She said. Absent of a snark to Payon's knowledge, Payon turned their gaze, but not their face to Mel. Yes.
Yeah, turning your eyes and not your body or face.
That makes sense. Do you think... I mean... would you let me touch your wings? It's just like they're so... You know... Mel sputtered. Payon sat quietly for a moment, evaluating their choices. He sighed. Her wings definitely needed preening, and just having someone run their hands through them would at least help dislodge those loose feathers. Go for it, he allowed. Alright. Sweet! Mel chirped. Mel carefully sat down behind Payon, conscious to not disturb Jaguar's masterpiece. Her hands lightly grazed their wings before quickly rearing back. Is there anything I should, know or do before I get started? Mel questioned quietly. Payon hummed thoughtfully. Just follow the grain of the feathers, and if you had any broken ones, grab the base and rip them out. How do I know which ones are broken? She asked, her breath ghosting against their feathers. A feather is broken if the main little line through has been segmented, Payon clarified. If it's just misplaced, then put it back. Mel gently placed her hands at the elbows of the wings. All right, just tell me if I fuck up. Don't worry, Mel, Mr. Barker declared over Payon's shoulder. We'll do just fine. Mel's fingers lightly carted through Payon's wings. The touch sent chills through their spine, as if they were pleasant goosebumps. Payon found his wings leaning into the touch, trying to absorb as much warmth as possible. The damaged feathers that prodded into Payon's skin were slowly dislodged with the same relief of removing a thorn. Any out-of-place feathers were meticulously arranged back in their proper positions. The barbs were smoothed out and debris crumpled away. The ever-present soreness evaporated under Mel's touch. As Payon closed his eyes, he could forget the impending disaster and just bask in the warm touch of friends and all his problems being plucked from his skin. She sagged back into Mel, earning a giggle from her as she drifted off with a lighter brain and body.
Nice.
Always,
We love
always
some
cute.
we love some good self-care,
We do.
which
We
includes
love it.
assisted self-care.
This is true. This is very true.
Because if you can't take care of yourself, let your homies take care of you.
Indeed. Indeed. We love a community. Communities are needed. This was so much fun.
This was a lot of fun.
This was so much fun.
I think this is gonna have to become a series.
I think it has to. This was, oh my god, this was so much fun.
Yeah, these are ones that'll be like, I get off of work, I get home, we hop straight into it to give us more time to do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's a Friday, in which case I don't work on Saturday, so we can go as late as my conscious self will allow.
Then it can be like a sleepover vibe.
Yeah. We'll just have to start like collecting stories and like having people recommend us stuff, and we can go outside of just fan fiction, just some like actual stories.
Yes. Oh my god.
Because I know
There's
some
a couple,
people.
like, poems that would be really cool
Yeah.
to read together, actually.
I know some people would love to hear me. I've had some interest in reading Greek myth stories.
Ooh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah, if this is something that like people are interested in, like you would like to watch every once in a while, we could do another one of these.
Hell yeah.
But if nobody else wants it,
definitely be in talks.
yeah. If nobody else wants it,
I mean, they
we'll
at least want NSFW one.
NSFW.
We know that.
we're gonna look into some of the like copyright and restriction stuff to see like how far we can get on those, especially because we're not showing any imagery, so it could
Yeah.
potentially be okay, but we're gonna do some looking into it. Another thing we've been thinking about doing is some reactions to stuff, but we don't know how the copyright stuff works for that, so we're gonna do a little research.
Yeah, we've got to go back to school and we need to learn.
Gross.
Get our brains working again. I know summer reading has started, which is what this is, but we got to go back to school. Sadly.
Opa. Yeah, I actually have. For my birthday, I was gifted 2 books that are part of a series. They're smaller books, and apparently it's about an NB and a robot. I haven't had the time to get to them. I've never read them. It was a recommended series for me. So I might do like a cozy reading nook something at some point.
Oh yeah, that'd be really cool.
I think this is the first time either of us have done something like this, though.
Yeah, this is definitely my first time
Yeah.
in the writing and reading category.
This was fun, though.
It is a fun place to be, though. I do like it.
Here for it.
I do like it a lot. I do like it a lot. Well, I will mute so I can say goodbye to stream. But this was
Alright.
wonderful.
Yeah. We'll do our outros and say goodbye to the folks.
Perfect. Perfect. I'll see you in a bit.
right. Well, guys, that's all we got for you tonight. I gotta get headed to bed so that I can be ready to do the adult things tomorrow morning. As always, please eat something, drink something, take the medications you need to, if you need to, and get some good sleep. We are going to raid into somebody, so spread the love if you're still gonna be awake and hanging around. But I will see you guys later. You guys have a good night.